Alright, so let us begin the stream. So thank you everyone for coming by. Thanks for helping me out with all the issues, letting me know that there's no audio. So now that we got all of that out of the way, I think we can properly start the stream. So I'm going to pull up the chat over here and see who all is here. Looks like JD's Variety Channel is joining us tonight. Thank you so much to JD for that. I'm trying to work out this static issue. I'm not really sure what that's all about. So let me just try a couple things here. Let me know if you guys are still getting that static. I just updated something there. Yeah, I definitely should have done like some sort of test stream before I just got on here, but this week has been a little bit crazy. Ooh, I think I just deleted a scene I should not have. Oh my gosh. Okay, 1 second. Okay, we're working through it, guys. Thanks for bearing with me here in the first few minutes. So let's make that a little bit bigger. And oops. All right, that will have to do. So welcome to everybody here. Save Dat Money, Justin Simmons, Aiden's World, JD's Variety Channels, of course, Gavin's Guitars. I think I saw CFA in the chat a little bit earlier. Richard Matthews, Robert Lee, Richard Hartman, a couple of Richards, and Coins for Amateurs definitely there. It says Deborah says she doesn't have any more static, so that is good. I think I fixed it. It only took a couple screw ups there, and I think we finally got it down. Let me know if you hear static on any of these other ones, like this one or this one. We have a couple of different shots tonight. Basically, what we're going to be doing tonight, if you guys didn't already read the description, I'm going to be doing some coin roll hunting. So as you can see here, I have basically my coin shortage hunting setup, and we have 10 rolls of each coin. These are the dimes. And here, let me just show you guys all of the different coins that we're going to be hunting tonight. We also have pennies. Obviously, you guys all know that the coin shortage is finally over, so I'm definitely happy about that. It's definitely something that we can all celebrate together, that we can finally get back into our favorite hobby. But I definitely like the idea of doing 10 rolls of each denomination, and it really makes a lot of fun videos. It also allows me to kind of show off all the different types of coin roll hunting placemats that we have available for you guys. So I do kind of like that idea, and I think I'm probably going to run with it for a little bit longer. It's also going to be really good for streams so that we can kind of get some variety. And I'll let you guys have some input into what you want me to hunt first. There's nothing in particular about these rolls that's standing out to me, so whatever you guys want me to hunt first, I'll definitely do that for you. We're also going to be opening some mail tonight, so that is going to be fun. If you did send me a package or a letter or anything like that within the recent weeks or months, be sure to let me know down below, and I'll dig into the packages that I have and open that on camera for you. And if you're a mod, like we have, it looks like Coins for Amateurs, Deborah, any of you guys here that are mods, make sure to keep reminding people that if they have a package that they want to see me open, to go ahead and throw that in the chat, and I'll make sure to get to that tonight. I actually have quite a few, and I've been kind of hoarding them for a while, so we definitely have quite a few. All right, so Peyton says nickels are the bomb. Harrison says he wants to see quarters first. How much money is a quarter box? A quarter box is $500, so 10 rolls of quarters, that's $100. And if you do the whole 10 rolls of each denomination, you're looking at $175 for that package right there. All right, I lost my water. Got to make sure to stay hydrated while you're streaming. People don't realize streaming is hard work. Man, you gotta be just talking and talking. Mouth goes dry really quick, especially if you're nervous. Like if it hasn't been a long time since you've done a stream. So Save That Money says, I got a box of nickels today. It came in a sack. Bankrolled but no box. Must have been a dump because it had buffalo enders on 11 rolls. Ended with the box with 317 buffaloes, 6 silvers, and a Canadian. Man, that is ridiculous. 317 buffaloes. I'm hoping we can get one tonight. So a lot of people are saying nickels, quarters. It sounds like quarters and nickels are the pick for tonight. I think I'll probably go ahead and start with quarters because I do have the silver stacking placemat all set up here. You guys can go ahead and view that. So this is going to be my coin roll hunting setup for tonight. It kind of is mimicking the videos. This camera is not as good as my phone camera, which I'm normally using, but it'll have to do. It's okay for streams. Also, this is something that I haven't done in a while. I have the microscope set up, so whatever we find, we can look at in a little bit more detail here underneath the microscope. This is just a 1956 nickel that I had here for testing, and that's just going to stay there until we find something else to replace it. All right. So Weasel63 says, hit the like, everyone. Definitely do that. Shout out to the mods. You guys are great. Yep, Mitchell, you're absolutely right. They are great. We got Linda, Coins for Amateurs, and Deborah in the chat, and those are my mods for tonight, it looks like. JD's Variety channel says, without my water bottle, my streams would always be out of focus. Yeah, I totally believe that. And I saw JD, you streamed the other night for, I think, 6 hours or something crazy like that. That was ridiculous. I popped in for a second and just to see what was going on, and I'm sorry I didn't say hi, but I had to go to bed immediately after. Richard Matthews says, I also need one of these mats. So Richard, here's the thing, man. Tonight, for our 50,000 subscribers, basically what we're going to be doing is giving away 5 sets of placemats. That includes, I'll go ahead and switch up the view here so I can kind of give you guys an idea of what is up for grabs tonight. So basically 5 sets, so that's one of these, one of the silver stacking placemats, one of the nickel placemats, and of course these are double-sided. They have all kinds of information on both sides, and then the OG, the original penny stacking placemat. All 3 of them and 5 different sets of 3 are going to be going out tonight to you, to subscribers. So that is what we have up for grabs, and then we have a special prize that's going to be going out at the end. So I think what I'm probably going to do is right now I'm going to be giving away 1 set, and then every time we finish a denomination, whether it be nickels, dimes, pennies, or quarters, we'll give out another one. So that's 1 now and then 4 more in the future. So basically how this is going to work, if you guys have seen any of the Coins for Amateurs live streams, or basically a lot of other people do it this way from what I understand. Basically the way it works is I'm going to be picking a number between 1 and some number. I think I'll probably pick about the amount of people in the chat, which it looks like right now we have 89 people watching, so thank you to everybody who came out and who is here right now. We are about to do a giveaway, and it's going to be for a set of 3 Quin's Coins placemats. So I don't know, 92, man, that's quite a few people, so I'm going to have to do this quick. So basically what I'm going to do is in the chat I'm going to say go, and then once I say go you will be guessing a number, and I think we're going to do it between 1 and 90. So between 1 and 90, I'm going to write a number down right now. So let me get a piece of paper here. And I'll be writing down the number, and then you guys are going to be picking a number between 1 and 90 once I say go, and then the first person to get it will be winning those 3 placemats. So I'm going to be doing this off camera so that you guys cannot see the number that I am writing down. So I'm just going to do this over here. Alright, so we have the number written down, and I'm going to go into the chat here in a second. Once again, what is up for grabs right now is these 3 coin roll hunting placemats. You have your penny placemat, you have your nickel placemat, and your silver stacking placemat. The full package right there up for grabs, and the first person to guess the number between 1 and 90 will win those three. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat now, and once you see it, you can go ahead and start your guesses. And go. And here they come. Alright, haven't seen it yet. I've seen quite a few that came close. So I'm going to be just kind of scrolling down here until I see it. And once again, we're going to be giving away a whole bunch of these guys. So if you don't get it on this time around, don't worry, you may still have a chance. There's going to be 4 more chances to win. Alright, stop. I've seen it at least once. Okay, so let me just confirm here. And these go quick. I thought I saw it. Let me just make sure. Alright, yes. So, the number that we were looking for was, and we'll just go over here. The number that we were looking for was 74. And it looks like Silver Shark is going to be the one to get that. Silver Shark, with the guess of 74, is going to be winning the set of 3 Quin's Coins corner hunting placemats, all 3 of them. So Silver Shark, send me your information to quinscoins@gmail.com and I will get those sent out to you. So Silver Shark is the first winner. And actually, I have all of them over here. They're all ready to go. And one of these is special. We'll get to that in a little bit later in the stream. But yeah, congratulations to Silver Shark. I'll go ahead and write you down to make sure that we are all straight with this. Make sure we know. Silver Shark, if you're not subscribed, I would definitely recommend it. We have a lot of fun here on the channel, and I'm hoping to do more live streams like this in the future. Basically, what has been keeping me away from these types of streams in the past has been just crappy internet connections. So now that we've sort of updated that, I think that the stream is going pretty well. The connection looks good. It's green. Everything looks good. So definitely looking forward to doing more streams in the future. I think we can do it. All right. So with that being said, guys, we are going to be getting into, well, it's going to be between quarters and nickels. So let me know what you guys want to do, quarters or nickels. Oh, Coin and Card Hobbyist is in the house. Hey, thank you so much for coming in. And it's another one of our mods, so I'm glad to see her here. Mitchell Burgess says, it's okay, I'll hopefully buy one sometime. Congrats, friend. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And JD says, congrats, SS, Silver Shark. Silver Shark, do. All right, so JD says quarters. Quarters, it sounds like quarters is the consensus. So I think that's definitely what we're going to start with. I don't know, you guys got to tell me, have you been enjoying the quarters videos as much as I have? Did a box of quarters with Kevin. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun, especially when you're finding the 2020 West Point coins. That is a great time. So here we go, guys. We got our brick of quarters. I don't know if you'd call this a brick or a line. That all sounds pretty wrong. But anyways, we're going to have it here on the placemat. Actually, I need to switch out this placemat because right now I'm using the penny stacking placemat. We're going to move these 2 away. And if you guys didn't know already, this is our newest placemat, the silver stacking placemat. It's the newest design. And one of the coolest things about it, I think anyway, is all of these different edge pictures that we have on the placemat. These took a long time to make. So I'm definitely proud of those. But anyway, we have our quarters here, and we're getting ready to dive right into those. I'm very excited to see what we have. So let me show you some of the enders. The quarters, like I said earlier, the quarters don't really have many enders going on. But what we do have is mostly in the quarters. So you can see right here we have a Michigan ender. I just like to see that because that is my state, the Great Lakes state. And that is a 2004 coin. Then we have one other kind of cool ender over here. This is a bicentennial. It's a little bit hard to see, but we do have the double date there, and I'll throw that up under the microscope here in just a second once we get into that a little bit more. So let's go ahead and switch over to our coin roll hunting camera so you guys can see that a little better. Pizza Dad Bod says that is really cool. Liam Ramsey says, love your channel. Dave S. says, can you enlarge the rolls? I'll try my best. I think this is okay. It's just that the focus on this thing is pretty crazy. It's pretty wacky. It just kind of goes in and out and doesn't really settle. So I'll do my best, and I think what we're going to do right here is jump into this roll, and then I'll throw that coin up on the camera so that you guys can see that a little bit closer up. So getting into this first roll, you can see we have a couple of, I mean, it's tough to see, but you can see we have a couple of shiners. We got one right here and one right here. I'll be checking these for West Point and maybe even proof. So, all right, yep, let's go ahead and check these under the microscope. I thought I saw something there for a second. And hey, we got our first super chat. Jackalope Herdmaster says, been enjoying your content for a few years now. Congrats on 50K. Well, thank you, Jackalope Headmaster, for being with me for a few years. That is awesome, man. I really appreciate that. And thank you for the super chat as well. That is super cool. All right, so let's take a look at these quarters. So let's move this nickel out of here. That nickel didn't have anything to do with anything, in case you're coming onto the stream just recently. That's just my test coin, so I'll put that back there. So guys, just getting into our first roll of the night. We're doing quarters first. Didn't see anything in that first roll as far as silver goes. So we'll just be looking at some of the other coins that are popping out here. Now that is our first coin right there, and it's definitely new, and it's definitely a Denver. So we have a 2020, and it's a Marsh Billings Rockefeller. That's actually the last West Point coin that I found in a box that I did with Kevin was a Marsh Billings Rockefeller. This one's not a West Point coin, that's just a Denver. And then here we have a Philadelphia. And actually looking at that Philadelphia, it kind of looks like there's maybe like a repunched mint mark going on. If you look under that P, it's almost like the bottom of the P was like re-stamped there. So that's kind of interesting. And as you can see, it's a Salt River Bay. So I think I'm going to put that one to the side. I'm just sort of getting into looking at these coins under the microscope now. I don't usually do that. And you know, when you put them under a microscope, you can see a lot more than what you can see with the naked eye. So I will be putting that one to the side just because of that little oddity with the Philadelphia mint mark. So I'll go through these in just a bit. I want to catch up on the chat here. So Drone Master says, I've been watching since your first video. Drone Master, what was my first video? I'm trying to think of what that was, because I had quite a few first videos and then they got privated or unlisted, and then, you know, nobody can see those anymore. I want to see if you can remember what my first video was before it got unlisted. Pizza Dad Bod says, I started when my son was born 4 years ago. Man, 4 years ago. Can you believe that? 4 years ago was 2017. The channel started in November of 2015, but it didn't start out as a coin roll hunting channel. It just started out as a channel between myself and a friend of mine who were just making videos for fun, and we didn't really know what was going to stick. I was just, you know, throwing videos up. One of them happened to be coin roll hunting. And then that one got really popular, and I thought, hey, you know, I could try this a little bit more. I have a lot of fun with it. And eventually this just is what the channel became. It's a pretty crazy story, but yeah, a lot of those older videos have been privated. Whoa, guys, we got a super chat here from William Fowler, $50 Canadian. He says, loved your vids for years. I'm Canadian, sorry for Canadian dollars. That is absolutely fine, William. I love Canadian money just as much as I love American money. And, you know, I got a package from somebody recently with some Canadian money, and just looking at it, it's really beautiful compared to our money. You guys have all the colors. Even in the older stuff, you have color to your currency, which I think is really cool. And then in the newer coins with all of the, you know, the painted quarters and the glow-in-the-dark stuff, that's all very, very cool stuff. So I definitely, you know, much love to Canada. I love finding Canadian stuff in the rolls, especially in the quarters. You know, it's sort of a a win-lose because it's exciting because you think, oh, maybe I have a silver here, and then you see that it's a Canadian, but then you still think, you know, maybe it's a silver Canadian. So you never know what you're gonna find in quarters. But love to see Canadians come out of any denomination, especially if it's old. And as I always say, we get quite a few of those Canadian coins up here, you know, close to the border. Matter of fact, last weekend I took a trip to Port Huron, Michigan, which is literally right across from the Canadian border. I was literally looking at Canada, and you had to follow the road signs because if you didn't, you might just end up in Canada on accident, which you don't want to do, especially if you don't have the proper permissions to go to Canada. All right, guys, let's go ahead and look at some more of these coins. Thank you once again for the $50 super chat. That's really awesome. Now, I want to take a look at this one because, you know, we talk about this all the time on the channel. You want to look for, on this Wisconsin quarter, you want to look for the extra leaf. And I'm not seeing it on this one. I've never actually found it before. But basically, you'd be looking for an extra leaf under that ear of corn stalk, I guess is how you would say that. Not seeing it on that one though, so I will just throw that one back. So let's keep looking through some of these coins up here. I'm not bothering to make the camera bigger at this time because most of these just look kind of regular. I'm not seeing any 2020s, no 2019s yet. I will definitely let you know if I do see something. I'll put it up under the microscope. Oh, I think we actually just got. Oh, that must have been the ender, or was it the Michigan one the ender? I don't remember. But we did just get a bicentennial right there, which I do like to pull out. So that's pretty cool to see. If you saw our recent coin roll hunting competition me and Kevin did, we actually counted these 4 points. I think there's like 5 points apiece or something like that. So yeah, guys, another thing I just want to bring up again, if you sent me mail, make sure to let me know in the chat here, and I'll try to dig into some of that and open it live on camera for you. So since you just said you got a package for somebody, you looked through Canadian coins and you didn't get my package that I sent back in December because post office says that you received it. So Scully, let me know in the chat the name on the package. I think I have quite a few of them over here, so I have to just know what the name on the package is so that I can take a look at it. And we get another super chat from Slither King. Hi Quinn, love from South Carolina. Hey, I think I just saw a South Carolina quarter over here just a second ago. Yeah, look at this. Love from South Carolina, there you go. So thanks for the super chat, I appreciate it. So yeah, Scully, I have a whole bunch of packages over here. Just let me know if there's a name that I can look for, and I'll try to bring it up for you. All right, so let's. Oh, I've got to make sure I have a box here to put these extra coins in. I do have one down here. Extra quarter box, always good to have. So let's just kind of pull these out of the way here, and we'll get into the next roll. Just switch up this view. All right, so here, this one is our Michigan ender. That last one was our bicentennial ender. So yeah, Scully, you said you sent something back in December. I'm pretty sure I have it here. I just need to know the name on it. I'm just going to look for it real quick. Yeah, I'm not seeing a Scully, so let me know what the name on it is, and I'll try to check for it. Quarters ran away. Yes, they did. Yeah, I'm gonna be opening another roll here in a second. I just lost it. Just got another $2 super chat from Amaze James. He said, "Good job on the 50K. Love your vids. Best YouTuber in the world." Well, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You've not, yes, send you a package, has some coins in the package. Okay, Joseph. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and look for that package real quick, guys, from Joseph. And if I find it, then we will open it. And if not, then we'll have to figure something out. All right, yes, so Joseph Scully, I did receive your package. I have it right here. So here it is, and we're going to be opening it here in a second. So Joseph is in the chat. You guys see Scully. That's Joseph. He's the one that sent this package right here. I'm going to go ahead and switch up the view for you. So this is a package from Joseph, and this was sent back in December. Anybody who's sent me packages, I've been holding on to these for quite a while, and just waiting for the opportunity to open them on a live stream. So now that we have finally are doing a live stream, that's what we're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what is inside. So this is a package from Scully, Joseph in the chat, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up and see what's inside of it. Let's bring this view back up. Alright, so let's take a look. Oh man, look at that. Bunch of individually wrapped coins. Alright, I think that is the end of it. So let's take a look at the note here. So this one is from Scully. It says, "Hi, my name is Joseph. Hi Quinn, I'm a new subscriber. I see that you like coins. Well, I like coins as well, so here are some of my coins. I'm 18 and from Arizona. Enjoy. Sincerely, Joseph. P.S. Please open on camera so I can see." Alright, so here's a whole bunch of coins. They're super tightly packed, so we'll probably have to, I don't know how we're going to open these, man. These are really tightly packed together, so I think I might have to get a knife and kind of just like thinly get in there. Let me go grab a knife real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back with a knife here. Just gonna, I mean, I definitely don't want to do anything to the edges of these coins, but I have to get into that little tightly packed package somehow. So I'm just going to try to get into it with this knife. Alright, there's the first one open. I can see the edge of something there. And we'll put all these up under the microscope as well so that you guys can take a closer look, because I know that this main camera is not the best. Scully, any suggestions on how to get these open, man? They're tough. Alright, so the first coin we have here, it looks like it's going to be a steel cent. So let's take a look at that up on the camera here. Alright, look at that. We got a steel cent here. Let me know, did you find this in circulation? Because it's really difficult to find these in circulation. We found one, and it was actually a couple weeks ago. First one I ever found, and that was with Kevin. So there is a steel cent. Very cool, very cool. That's the first one. And it looks like we got about, like 10 more to go. So let's see what else is going to be in here. Ooh, that looks cool. Alright, looks like we got another steel cent, so let's take a look at that one as well. Huh. That one looks a little better than the first one. Yeah, that's really cool. So Scully says, Scully's my YouTube account name. My actual name, which is written on the package that I sent you, is Joseph. That is the name on the package. So yep, this is all from Joseph, and I'm just letting you guys know that that's Scully in the chat. So that is cool, man. 2 steel cents, and we got a whole bunch more to go through over here. Let's open up the next one. Alright, I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Alright, look at that. We got another steel cent. Let's take a look at that one. And they just keep getting better and better. There is the reverse of that one. I'll leave that one up there so you guys can see that. And getting into the next one now. And we have another steel cent. Look at that. Very, very cool. So take your bets, guys. What do you think the next one's going to be? I'm going to go with steel cent. And yes, it is another steel cent. Man, where did you get all these? I think this is the most steel cents I've seen since going into the coin shop and looking at the bin of them that they have. He says, sorry, my bad, Quinn, I wrapped them like that so they would be safe. Well, I think it was definitely a good idea, and I am getting the hang of it, so getting into them a little bit better. I know it's difficult to send coins in the mail sometimes. It's hard to figure out how to package them. This is definitely a good way to do it. It just takes a little while to get through. So there's another steel cent right there. Flip it over to the back side. So crazy how they made pennies out of steel in 1943. Definitely not the best choice of a metal, as you guys can see, for a coin, because they, a lot of them ended up getting really rusted. But some of these are in really good shape. So I'm wondering if these are all going to be steel cents, or if there's going to be something that just like blows our socks off here and just kind of pops out at the end. There's another steel cent right there. I think that might be the best looking one yet, at least on the reverse. So we got 3 more to open here. And there we go, another steel cent. This one's got kind of like a green patina to it. Let's put that one up under the... wow, actually, yeah, I like that one the best. That is definitely the nicest one so far. Let's see if what the obverse looks like. And it's a little bit scratched up. Just a little bit scratched up, but that reverse is pretty cool. Alright, so we got 2 more to get into here. Let's see what else we're going to be getting here. And there is another steel cent. Let's put that one up under. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we have a 10th one right here. What is this going to be, guys? Place your bets. Place your bets. And there it is. Take a look. Our final steel cent. Definitely the best looking obverse. Some of these other ones were scratched up, and the reverse not so much. So if we could just put this one, if we could put the obverse of this one right here and then the reverse of this one, we'd have a very solid coin right there. But all in all, that is an awesome package. Thank you for sending me that, and nice work on tightly packing those coins together. They definitely weren't harmed during their shipment. So I appreciate that, guys. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to have to read through these real quick to make sure. If you sent me a package recently and you want to see me open it live on camera, tonight is the night for that. And hopefully I'll be doing more of these in the future. If you missed out and you want to see me open some packages, then I'll be doing that in the future as well. Alright, so Peyton says, I still need a 43S for my folder. Oh, I totally forgot. I didn't even really look at these for mint marks. I think most of them were Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see any mint marks on them. If there was a mint mark, it would be down there below the date. You'd see either a Philadelphia, or not a Philadelphia, either a Denver or a San Francisco mark. But since there is no mint mark on most of these are all just going to be minted in Philadelphia, it looks like. So yeah, really cool package. Thank you so much to Joseph for sending that. Alright, so let's kind of clean up a little bit here, and we'll get back into another quarter roll. Coins for Amateurs says, very cool, Scully. Yeah, definitely cool. Alright, so getting into our next roll here. Not seeing any silver, not really seeing anything newer looking except for just one coin here. And it looks like it's actually going to be a Rhode Island, which is a 2001 coin. Pretty crazy to see that one coming out looking new. So I'm just going to throw that down there. And we'll try to clean up a little bit here. I'm kind of working with like a limited desk space right now. Pretty much just limited space in general. I'm hoping to move soon and get a little bit of a bigger space where we can just kind of dedicate a room to YouTube and stuff like this, because I see a lot of people on YouTube who have like these really elaborate setups, and I think that's pretty cool. So Aviation Gaming says, I sold an MS 1909 VDB wheat for 45 bucks. It took 2 weeks to ship, of course. I didn't have a tracking number and I almost had a heart attack. Oh my gosh, yeah, shipping's been crazy in the last couple months. It's not fun. Deborah says, those are really cool. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, I think they definitely were. Gavin says, gotta get going. Have a great night, everyone. Had a great stream, Quinn. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Gavin. I appreciate it. And it looks like we have over 100 people watching right now, which is that's insane. I never got those types of numbers when I did streaming in the past, but I guess the channel has grown, so well, you know, you can expect something like that. All right, so I just got a 2010. Not really too much going on in the quarters so far, but we just got a 2010, which I don't see too much of, guys. Let me know in the comments what the mintage is on that one. I know that it's sort of in the 2010, 2011, 2012, you know, 2013 even eras. You have some possibility for some rarer coins, so let me know what the mintage is on that one. The Hot Springs from 2010. I think that may be one of those lower mintage quarters. That one's not in the best shape, but you know, still something to watch out for if those types of coins don't come up too often. So we got the Michigan Ender there. That's the Ender on that one. You know, it's just a Michigan quarter. There's nothing too crazy about it, but another Wisconsin to check for that extra leaf right there, and on that one I'm not seeing it, so we'll just be getting on to the next one there. Alright, so we got quite a few quarters over here. I think I'm just going to dump these off. So we got 2 rolls down, and I think we're only like, what, 40 minutes into the stream, and we've done 2 rolls. If we keep this pace up, we'll be streaming all night. So Peyton Bryant asks, what is the mint mark on the Hot Springs? I'll go ahead and flip it over so we can take a look. It's a Philadelphia mint mark. I know that does make a difference. I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes, but I know it does make at least a little bit of a difference. So let me know. Let me know. So Nate the Great asks, are you able to get full boxes? My main bank still won't accept orders to Loomis. Yeah, so what I'm worried about with this coin shortage thing, I'm kind of worried that some of the banks are going to just keep saying that there's a coin shortage and not give you boxes. That obviously wouldn't be very good. I can get boxes because I have a business account with my main bank, and they'll pretty much give me anything I want because of that. And so yes, I am able to get boxes. So that is good. Coins for Amateurs says, do you have a package from Jake? Yes, I will check for that. Let me check for that real quick. Yeah, Coins for Amateurs, I appreciate it. I can't see everything that's coming in right now, so especially, you know, when the mods, they have the blue color, so I definitely am able to see that a little bit better. So thanks for relaying that message to me. I appreciate that. So checking for a package from Jake. So I'm not seeing one from Jake. I'm not sure if that should be the name on the package or not. I'm not seeing one. But I do have one from Coins for Amateurs, believe it or not. I think it's a Christmas card. I just never opened it. I wanted to open it on a stream, and then it just kept getting longer and longer since I had streamed, so unfortunately Yeah. So I have a Christmas card that I can open from CFA. I also have quite a few packages from Linda. So Linda, if you're still in the chat, let me know if you want me to open that. So let me just read through the chat here. Jake from State Farm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing one from Jake though. I have a Parker, Jason. I actually have one from Florida that doesn't have any name on it. A Ray, a Morrison, an Elliott, Paul, and Grady. So if any of those are here, let me know. Oh, and we have a super chat from MC Adventure. He says, "Don't have much money at the moment. Get yourself some more rolls with this." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely will. You know, every single roll that I've been getting has just kind of been sitting because it's. I will say, somebody asked me earlier, can I still get boxes? Yes, I can still get boxes. The difficult part is bringing the coins back to a different bank because the banks that I usually dump at are pretty much all closed right now still. So I've been kind of struggling with that. But MC Adventure, if you don't have much money, man, you don't have to be giving it to me. I really appreciate it though. So thank you for that, and thank you for the super chat. So Linda says open it. Okay, Linda, I have quite a few packages from Linda, so I think we can just start with the one and then we'll get into a couple of the other ones. I'll start with the oldest one. I have them from quite a while ago, some of these. Alright, so we have one right here. This is actually a pretty cool package and definitely a lot of work went into this. Linda, I'm sure you remember all of these. This is probably the biggest package that I have out of all of them. And it's really nicely wrapped. Once again, we have a lot of tape on there that we're going to be getting through. So let's bust the knife out. Ooh, careful. All right, so yeah, let's get into this. It is so tightly packaged. There we go. Got into it. So I don't want to show the address, obviously. Guys, if you don't know, this is from Linda Wallace. Linda is a huge supporter of basically everybody who does anything on YouTube that has to do with coins. She is super awesome, super amazing, and definitely one of the coolest and best subscribers and fans that I have. And basically that everybody has. If you watch any of Coins for Amateurs content, she's extremely active over there, very supportive. Basically comments on every single video and gives out a lot of really cool stuff and gives back to the community all the time. So definitely a great person, and happy to have her as a subscriber for a very long time. I think she's probably been subscribed to me for 3 or 4 years. Alright, so I think we got into it now. There's still a little bit of tape in the way though, so just trying to get around that. There we go. Alright, Linda, so here is the package. I'll probably be coming back to that one so we can take a look if there's any coins in here. I'm sure that there will be. So here we go. Alright, so we got a box in bubble wrap inside of a different box. And we got a little bit more tape here, so I'm going to have to pull that knife out again. So we got 1 and 2. Alright, man, look at the wrapping on this. So I think we might have a couple of coin rolls here. Take a look. Ooh, look at that. Canadian. And we have a really nice shiny Canadian penny right there on the end as well. Or I guess it's wrapped in a bag around the roll. Look at this, Canadian. Doesn't get more flashy than that. So let's see what we have for an ender here. Got a Canadian coin there, and this end is sealed off. We'll have to do these tonight. This is an awesome gift. Thank you so much to Linda, and I thought this was going to be another one, but that's just more of the packaging. I have not seen better packaging. This reminds me of days back in like middle school when you had to come up with a contraption to hold an egg, and then you drop it off of a building and hope that the egg wouldn't break if your packaging was good enough. I'm sure that if Linda ever did that, her egg probably never broke. I imagine just putting it in here in all of that armor and then dropping it off. This roll is definitely unscathed. Thank you, Linda, for that. I think we're gonna definitely have to go through that at some point on tonight's live stream. All right, so let's go ahead and get into another roll. Like I said, we do kind of have to pick up the pace here because we want to get through all these rolls tonight. So Drone Master asks, what is the rarest coin you have? It looks like he's basically spamming that in the chat. The rarest coin I have, I'd have to think about that for a while. I don't really have anything particularly rare. I do have a couple of West Point quarters that I've found in circulation. Those are definitely rare. Those might be actually the rarest coin that I have. I think I have a 23 San Francisco penny that I found, and that's definitely rare as well. In this roll, guys, I just found a 2019 and a 2020, and they're really nice and shiny. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on the camera and see if we're going to get anything. So let's move some of these out of here and move the 2019 in. Definitely one of my favorite designs right here, San Antonio missions from 2019. Haven't been able to find a 2019 West Point quarter yet, so it'd be cool to get one right here, right now. And nope, it's just going to be a Denver on that one. And then right here we have another chance. It's another Marsh Billings Rockefeller. This one's a 2020, so we'll flip this one over to see if we get it. And no, it's just going to be another Denver. Alright, so Challenger number 1, it says it doesn't have a name on it. I probably forgot to write it. So Challenger, could you let me know where it came from? Because that might actually help to try and identify it. So if it doesn't have a name, then just let me know what city it came from. I think everything I have here came from a different city, so that might help out. Alright, so let's go through some more of these. I always forget. It's probably best for visuals to be putting a coin up. At least the last thing we found. So San Antonio missions, that's the last one we found. It's definitely one of my favorite designs, like I said, but we didn't get the W on that, unfortunately. All right, let's see if we're gonna get anything else here. I'm looking for 2019s, 2020s, any type of air. I know that we have an air, a possible air on this one, the Spitting Horse. Not seeing it there though. So let's see, Challenger. I don't think he's answered yet. So Papa Giorgio asked, how far did you get on your metal detecting books last year? Yeah, that is another video I need to make. So all of my metal detecting books, you see this shelf back here? If I move this out of the way, so that box right there, that's the box that has all of the collections that I was working on. Basically that had to be cut short. And I do want to get back into it. Obviously, we can't right now with the frozen weather. It's like 8 degrees out. But I do definitely owe you guys a video showing how far I got in those books. I still need to make that. And I am looking forward to another season of the Ultimate Coin Hunt. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, if you enjoyed that series and would like to see more of it in the future. Alright, so I'm not seeing anything else in that quarter roll. It looks like quarters have been kind of a bust for us so far. Okay, so Challenger 1 says it came from Texas. So I'm checking to see if I have anything from Texas. So it looks, I don't have anything from Texas. So I'm wondering how, at what point did you send it? Because it may still be on its way. Let me know. Alright, let's get into the next roll. I'm going to just switch over here real quick so we can try to take a look at this one. Ooh, guys. We have a really shiny one right there. That one, I mean, it's hard to see with this weird focusing that this camera does, but that one looks like we may have a chance for something like a proof or a W mint or something. Alright, let's check this out, guys. This looks really good. Alright, let's switch over to the close-up cam. Move that one out of the way, and as you can see here, it's another Marsh Billings Rockefeller. So we have a 2020. We definitely have a chance for a W mint mark here. And by the way, guys, a lot of people have been asking me how much is a West Point coin worth. In uncirculated condition, this isn't just what the books say. This is what eBay says. If you go on eBay right now and look at sold listings, they're selling for 20 bucks plus. $25 is basically like the going rate for them. So they're definitely a cool coin to find from a lot of standpoints. They're both rare and actually worth quite a bit. Unfortunately, even though this one did look really good, it's just going to be a Denver like all the other ones have been. So that's sort of disappointing, but anyway. So yeah, not much going on with these quarters tonight. Quarters are definitely hit or miss. When you hit, it's really good. You can find some really cool stuff like silver or the West Point quarters. And I gotta say, I was avoiding quarters for the longest time, probably because there just wasn't much to find, at least from my standpoint. Somebody says, Papa Giorgio says there's supposed to be dye chips in her hair. All right, I'm gonna put this back up. You guys, let me know if you can see any dye chips in the hair. Seeing a little ding kind of right above the hair there, but I'm not seeing, not really seeing it. I guess I don't have a trained eye for that type of stuff anyway, though. As most of you guys know, I'm not really an error. I don't really search for errors, which I know frustrates some of you, but if you think about it this way, there's more errors in circulation for all of you who like to look for errors, like Coins for Amateurs. Vincent says, just got a basic detector for Xmas for Christmas. Got to make some time to try it out. Yeah, definitely. Depends on where you are, though. Like, if you're in Michigan like me, you're not going to be metal detecting right now. So Papa Giorgio says, I don't see any, but it's supposed to be around her braid if there is one. Okay. It's just Sarah. Hi, I'm 12 years old and I'm a numismatist. My dad helps me with coins and stuff, but I mostly buy my coin stuff. Sorry for all caps. Hey, don't apologize for all caps. That's basically every single video that I make. At least the titles. Alright guys, we have 6 more rolls of quarters to go. I'm trying to breeze through these now because, well, we're just not having much luck with them tonight. Granted, we've only gone through 4 rolls. And you can't get a whole lot out of just going through like 10 rolls of each coin, but sometimes, you know, stuff comes up. Oh man, we got some really new looking coins here. Once again, difficult to see, but I see 3 shiners. We got 1 in the middle and then 2 over here. I'm going to pull both of these out and stick them over there so we can take a look. It's another Marsh Billings Rockefeller. There's another Marsh Billings Rockefeller. And I'm guessing this is gonna, nope, that's just a 2016, so nothing really interesting there. Let's take a look at some of these Marsh Billings Rockefeller coins, shall we? So I got a couple of, okay, so that was the one I was showing earlier. So there is another one. Let me know if you guys, so you're looking for something in the braid. I don't actually see a braid on that design. But let me know if you saw something there. I'm going to flip it over to see if we have a W. Nope, just another Denver. And here's our second chance. And we got another Denver. So it looks like we got some Denver Marsh Billings Rockefellers here. So Kakoa Rider with the super chat, $4.99. Thank you so much for that. I think that you've actually said, you emailed me before, you said that you sent a package. And I've been looking for it every week I go to the post office. I still haven't gotten it out of, well, I'm not going to say where it came out of, but I still haven't gotten that package, unfortunately. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I know the mail is slow, and everything that goes through Detroit takes forever. But yeah, I'm not sure why it hasn't showed up yet, because I know it's been a couple weeks now. All right, getting back into some quarters. I'm just kind of briefly going through them right now. I'm not really seeing a whole lot. A lot of South Carolinas now. Every time I see a South Carolina, because somebody said greetings from South Carolina, I'm seeing every single one. So Deborah asks, are you going to post a video this week? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be posting a video this week. I put a decent amount of time just setting up this stream, and I know some of you guys are probably going to be like, what? This is like the lowest quality stream I've ever seen. But you know, just getting back into it after a year, it took me a while to set this up, so I unfortunately don't have time to put out a video this week. But definitely will be back for one next week. All right, let's take a look here. We got a couple more shiners. Again, it's difficult to see, but I'll put those up on the camera so we can take a look at them together. So there is one, and here's another. Let's take a look. Once again, Marsh Billings Rockefeller, probably going to be a Denver. Yep, that one's a Denver. And here we have another one. And this one is also a Denver. So I know we're getting a lot of Denvers. That shouldn't really discourage us though, because if you were to find the West Point, it would actually be mixed in with Denvers and Philadelphias and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be discouraging. Just because you see a lot of Denvers doesn't mean that a West Point isn't eventually going to come out for you. So we just got a bicentennial here. Let's take a look at that. 1976. And there's the drummer boy. Oh, what do we have here? Nope. I thought that was something that I hadn't seen before. Oh, here's something interesting, guys. We just got 2012, like I was saying before. 2010, 2011, 2012, all that. We don't really see a lot of these, and I don't think I've ever seen this coin, to be honest with you. Hawaii, 2012. Hawaii volcanoes. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty low mintage one right there. Philadelphia, in pretty rough shape nonetheless, but yeah. Nate the Great says the streams are good quality because you have many cameras and different slides for each. Well, thank you for that, Nate. I appreciate it. And yeah, like I said, I had to come back to the streaming software after quite a while of being away from it. That's why the audio wasn't working when I first got on here, was because I had some old audio settings in there that just weren't working anymore. And then they were producing static and all this. So thanks for bearing with me, guys. I do appreciate all of you. All right, so we are a little more than halfway through the quarters now. And Kakoa Rider says, OMG, that's a hard one to find, Quinn. Yeah, I think, yeah, 46.2 million minted. That's pretty low for the quarters. So that's cool to see come out. I know that when I do start the quarter coin quest, we're going to find out for sure which ones are difficult to find. I think that one's going to be tough. But we'll see right away that some of them are more difficult than others, because we'll pretty much fill out the entire collection, and then we're going to have the 2010s, 11s, 12s still to go. So opening up this roll, guys, didn't really see anything. No new ones, no anything. We do have a 2019 here, so we'll take a look at that. We have a Lowell. It's been a long time since I found one of these. In some of my first quarter boxes, these were what I was looking for. Still haven't found a 2019 W. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, just a Philadelphia, unfortunately, on that one. JD's Varieties channel says, I've never dug one of those detecting. And that is a big compliment, because JD has probably dug just about every type of coin there is metal detecting. So we just got another bicentennial. Peyton says, quarter coin quest, when's that coming? Would you ever do a series with the 10 rolls of each ideology? Yeah, I'm actually, I have sort of a series going with the 10 rolls of each. I think I have 3 different videos with them. The first one obviously was the best. There was a lot going on in that first set of coins, mainly in the quarters and the nickels. So I think I will continue that. And then the other question was, when is the Quin's Coins, or when is the quarters coin quest coming out? That'll definitely be soon. I'm thinking of bringing those videos out probably within the next month. And I don't have them actually. No, I do have them. So you see these brown collections back here. These are the I can't remember the name of them right now, but they're the really high-end collections. Those are the ones that I use for the Coin Quest series. You can see we have quite a few of them over here, and that's because I think like a year or two ago I even bought these in anticipation for that series, and they've just been kind of sitting there. It's just been a while, so yeah, definitely need to start that. I'm really excited to get into it, and then I'll be doing dimes as well. That'll probably be like a half series, because there's not much going on with dimes, at least in my opinion. Okay, so Volclave says, I want to know how to get coins. So I actually have a video on my channel. If you look up how to coin roll hunt, or if you just look up coin roll hunting tutorial, that video is going to tell you how to get basically all of the basics, including how to get coins and stuff like that. Basically what you have to do is you just have to have a good relationship with your bank and just go in and purchase them. That's usually how it goes. The coin shortage has definitely complicated things a little bit, but this is still basic concept applies there. Alright, so we got a 2013 here. I think this one's sort of, this one kind of comes up quite a bit. The Perry's Victory 2013. Although I'm not sure. I guess I'd be interested to hear what you guys say. And we have a super chat from Amaze James, $2, says, is it pennies? Is it pennies? That's a good question. I don't know. Well, what are you referring to? Hey Quinn, I love your channel. I think you'd like the videos on mine. Come check it out. Congrats. Okay. I'll have to write your channel name down so I can remember to go check those out. So guys, if you weren't here earlier, we are doing giveaways tonight. We're going to be giving away 5 different sets of three placemats. You get your penny placemat, your nickel placemat, and your silver stacking placemat. 5 sets of 3. We've already given 1 away, and we have 2 more rolls of quarters to go. Once we get through those, we'll be doing another giveaway. So let's keep on chugging through these. Just found one that looks like it was looks like a metal detecting find. I think it was definitely in the ground. Alright, so we're coming up on some shiny ones here, guys. We've got some more Marsh Billings Rockefeller for you. So there's another 2020 right there. Let's flip this one over. See what we get. Another Denver. And this right here is another one of those. It's also just going to be a Denver, though. Alright, so let's try to get organized here. Ethan says, did you hear about the new quarter design for the reverse of Washington crossing the Delaware? I think I saw something about that. I thought it looked pretty cool. I'm usually a fan for changing up the money, because a lot of these have been the same for a very, very long time, including the quarter. The design, the obverse changed a little bit in 1999, and then they started doing all these things with it. But I wouldn't be opposed to seeing the obverse change again, because it kind of hardly changed. They just sort of add some resolution to it. Oh, almost missed that. So Scully says, how does the giveaway work? Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at how many people are in the chat, and then I'm going to have you guys pick a number between 1 and somewhere around that number, and then the first person to pick that number will win, and I'll have them email me their information and get that stuff sent your way. So like I said, we got 2 more to go. 2 more rolls to go. Haven't really found a whole lot. I did just pull out another bicentennial. No silvery looking edges, not even a Canadian yet. And we have found quite a few Marsh Billings Rockefeller, but none of them have been the West Point variety, so that's sort of a bummer. But it continues on. Alright, so I just pulled out a Delaware 1999. Always looking for the spitting horse, and I'm not seeing it on that one. Let me know if you guys are. Oh, we got another one right here. Let me move some of these off. So there's another one. That one looks kind of cool. I like the toning on that. We just got another 2013 as well. Let me know if this one is anything good. White Mountain 2013. Don says, congrats on the 50K. Stream looks good here. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. And I'm glad that the stream looks good, too. I spent a good amount of time on it, probably more than I want to admit to, because it's been a while. All right, that is the end of that one. And we just got another super chat, $2 from Hawkeye PA. Thank you so much, Hawkeye. And he put a little sticker next to it too. That's so many things changing with these things, with streaming, all these stickers and stuff. That's cool to see. I'll have to look into doing memberships and stuff like that as well. So guys, last roll here of quarters, and then after this we're going to be doing a giveaway. Vincent S, is it one guess per person? So basically what it should be, I think I should probably limit the chat to the amount of messages that you can put in a given time. For now, I just say, yeah, I would just go one guess per person, and I'm just going to hold you guys to the honor system, not to be cheating on that. So hopefully there aren't any cheaters. But oh, and I'll be able to tell as well, because you know, I can just do a quick F search and see if somebody put in multiple guesses. So yeah, I'd say, okay, we'll do one guess per person, and I think I'll probably do a number between 1 and like half of the amount of people that are in the chat. But we'll get to that in just a second, guys. First, we want to get through the rest of this roll. I see a really shiny one right here, which I want to show on camera. Of course, it's another Marsh Billings Rockefeller. Another 2020. We'll flip this one over to see if we get a W mint mark. Nope, unfortunately, just going to be another Denver. I will put that one back over to this side so that you guys can take a look for any type of errors, varieties that you want to look for on that. Oh, we just got a Lowell, but it's a Philadelphia. I saw that right away. And we got another super chat from Gavin's Guitars. He says, "Hey you," with a little sticker going on there. Very cool. Appreciate that, Gavin. Gavin Teeling says, "Your videos got me into coin roll hunting." That's awesome, man. I hope you're finding some good stuff too. Aiden says, "Nice job on the 50. The last time I watched you had 14,000. Man, that was probably quite a while ago." If you guys don't know, I've had the channel for, wow, I've had the channel for 5 years. That's crazy. A little more than 5 years. All right, guys, so that is the end of the quarters. Didn't really find a whole lot. I think we got, let's see, we got 4 bicentennials. We got, probably the best find was this coin that I've never, ever seen before. Let me see if I can find it again. Hawaii Volcanoes from 2012. It's under 50 million minted, so pretty cool. But yeah, not much going on in the quarters. So with that being said, it is now time for another giveaway. So once again, we're going to be giving away another set of placemats. You have, oh, let me just go grab them. I put them over here. All right. So we have the penny placemat. We have the nickel placemat, and we have the silver stacking placemat. All 3 of these are up for grabs right now in a single package. This is the second one that we're doing tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be picking a number between 1 and, wow, it looks like we have 130 viewers right now. So I guess we'll be doing between 1 and 65. So a number between 1 and 65. I'll be writing it down over here. And then we'll be putting your guesses in as soon as I say start in the chat. All right, so I got the number down. I'm going to go ahead and put start in the chat and you guys can start your guesses. And remember guys, one at a time and no cheating. So watching for it, looking for 65, 1 to 65. So you guys are a little high, I'll just give you that, you're a little high. Alright, I got it, we saw it. So let me look real quickly for it now. Just want to see who is the first person that got it, and then we'll make sure that they only guess once. So, in case you were curious, the number was 3. 3 was the number. And it looks like the first person to get it was Amaze James. However, he was just kind of spamming 3. I got 3, 3, 3, 3. So I think I might have to give it to Leon. Let's see here. Gotta pull the glove off real quick. So unfortunately, Amaze James guessed quite a few times, so I don't feel like I can give it to him. Leonidas also guessed multiple times. He was basically just counting up from 1. So let me check, and it looks like a bunch of people are doing that same thing. Oof. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna do something in the settings real quick because it looks like everybody who guessed multiple times, unfortunately. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna set it so that you guys can only say something like every 15 seconds or so, and then we won't have to worry about this whole multiple guesses thing anymore. So let me find the setting for that. And I think we're going to have to do this one again. So if somebody knows how to set it so that you can only chat every 15 seconds or something like that, please put it down in the chat. Let me know. That would definitely be helpful right now. Yeah, so Peyton, it would be like, basically you can guess as many times as you want, but you can only guess, only know how to change a pre-stream. Okay, JD, so I guess we'll just have to go with what we have here. So I'm going to just lower the number. Everybody just guess one time. We're going to do between 1 and 30. And I think that way will be a little bit easier. So everybody just guesses one time between 1 and 30. I'm going to write the number down right now. All right, so here we go, between 1 and 30, and it starts right now. One guess only. All right, so we got it. And I think we got it good this time. So the number was, ooh, a couple people, but the first person is the one who gets it. So the number was 27. And it looks like Vincent Porcella was the one to get it this time. Vincent Porcella with the guess of 27. So send me your information at quinscoins@gmail.com, and I'll write you down here for that one. And you'll be getting the 3 placemats. So congratulations, Vincent. All right, guys. So what do you want to do next? You want to do nickels, pennies, or dimes? I'm thinking nickels because it looked like you guys were interested in that next. I'm not too excited about the dimes. I basically never am. There wasn't a whole lot to find in it any of the times that I looked through them in the past. Oh, some people are saying pennies. Man, we got quite a few. Okay, so pennies. It's looking like people are wanting pennies. Yeah, dimes are brutal. That's correct. All right, I think we're gonna have to go with pennies. It looks like pennies win it. So we'll be doing that next. Pennies haven't been great in these coin shortage hunts, as I call them. I don't know why, because pennies are usually one of the better coins to find stuff in. So it's kind of boggles my mind. Hey, look at that! We just got a super chat, $20 super chat from Blue Ridge Silverhound. Blue Ridge Silverhound, I didn't know you even watched my videos, man. You were here way before me. That's awesome. Thank you so much. He says, congrats on 50K. Well, thank you so much, Blue Ridge Silverhound. I really appreciate that. And I'm glad to see that you actually watch my videos. I didn't know that you watch my stuff. I know you're one of the bigger channels. You've been, established on YouTube for a long time. That is really awesome. Thank you for that. I'm kind of humbled, honestly. So, guys, we got the pennies here. And we're going to be cracking into the first roll. I think that one of these rolls actually had something a little bit interesting. Let's just change up the view a little bit here. So we got our penny placemat out now, and we will be getting into these now. Really got to pick up the pace, guys. It's been, oh man, we've been streaming for like an hour and a half. All right, so it's hard to see, but we actually do have an ender here. It's a 1964 Canadian penny, so that's pretty cool. Peyton says Quinn is already starting pennies with 10 steals and 100 Canadian pennies. It's actually not 100, it's 50 because of the roll that Linda gave us earlier, this Canadian roll. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do this one at the end of the pennies, and then we'll get into that next giveaway. But yeah, so starting off this roll right here, guys, this is had a bit of an ender actually. So let's take a look at that one here on the camera. I feel that this view is probably the best because you guys can actually see the coins that I'm finding. This other camera is not very good. So we have an ender here. Try to turn that light up a little bit. And it's a young head Canadian. It's actually the youngest that you can get for a young head, 1964, but it's still an ender nonetheless. It's pretty cool. So I'll be putting that up there at least until we find something else. All right, let's keep looking here. I'm seeing some copper. I'm seeing a lot of memorial cents though. That's pretty much all I'm seeing. We got another Canadian right there. It's not as good as the first one though. I'll just show you that real quick. It's quite a bit newer, about 30 years. So yeah, that is the first roll. Not a whole lot going on. Oh yeah, another thing about these rolls, super weird. They're like taped together, some of them. Or maybe it's just this one that's taped together. So I thought that it'd be interesting because I wasn't able to actually look at the enders because I wanted to keep that tape in place so that you guys could see just kind of how weird this is. Who knows, maybe this is a really good roll and that's why it's taped together. I have no clue. The first coin I'm seeing on the end there is just like a newer looking coin basically. And it kind of just looks like this is another circulated roll. So let's open it up and see what we got. Alright, there it is. See if we can get anything here. Ooh, there we go. We have a wheat penny, guys. This one's Super, super beat up. Take a look at this. Wow. I'm not sure if Coin could have a harder life than that. So, a lot of scratch marks on it. Looks like it was clawed by somebody or something. But it is a 1955. It, you know, has a possibility for having that poor man's double die, but it's a little bit tough to see, especially with all the damage on it. And there is the reverse. Same thing on that side, man. That coin has seen better days. Better days. Let's go through the rest of this roll here to see what else there is to find. And hey, look at that. This was like the second one from the end. We got a bird scent. Canadian 1967 centennial year. These are always fun to find. And we count them for 5 points on our score sheet when we do competition hunts. Definitely a cool coin to find right there. So we'll leave that up for a little bit. So Nate the Great says, to turn on slow mode for the giveaways, go into chat settings on the live stream dashboard and click the gear, then check the box to enable slow mode. Okay. JD was saying that it's hard to do while you're streaming, unfortunately. What I'm seeing is options to manage moderators, participants. Oh, maybe it's in participants. No, that just shows a list of who's here. Toggle timestamps and send feedback. Click the gear on the dashboard. All right, I'm gonna try something here, guys, because yeah, so it's grayed out for some reason. It's pretty weird. But yeah, unfortunately, it's grayed out right now. I think that's probably because I can't. It's hard to edit while you're streaming. But yeah, it looks like we have 120 people still here. That's awesome, guys. Thank you for showing out here and supporting. Seen a lot of familiar faces. JD's Variety Channel, Linda, Coin and Card Hobbyist, Blue Ridge Silverhound, and of course Papa Giorgio and all of the other very active community members. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for supporting the channel, you guys. This means the world to me to have you all here. I would love to have something a little more entertaining for you if I could find something here tonight. Not too much going on with these penny rolls, I guess. All right. So that is 3 rolls done so far. We have, I guess, 7 more to go, and then we also have one from Linda that I want to open. It's a roll of Canadian pennies, which is pretty cool. And we get a $1 super chat from Gavin's Guitars. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Gavin. I appreciate that. JD says he allows comments per 30 seconds. I think that's definitely a good idea. And honestly, I thought that I had already set that. So that's why I'm kind of surprised to see that it's not already set. But I'll definitely have to do that for the next one. So I'm going to write a note of that. Enable slow mode next time. So the last find that we have in the pennies is that bird scent right there. And I'm hoping to get something out of this roll to replace that, because it's been up there for a while. But it doesn't look like anything's going to come out of it. Captain Jigga says, Quin's Coins, I'm also from Michigan, between Grand Rapids and Traverse City. Well, those are 2 cities that I definitely know about. I have family from both of them. I used to live up near Traverse City. Actually, now I'm a little bit further down south. So that's cool. I get a lot of spam, so I had to start doing it. Yeah, I'm seeing some spam tonight, JD. I see what you're talking about. Nate the Great says, what's the score? That's a good question. I haven't really been keeping score. I think we would have, looks like 5 points on the bird scent. We have 5 points on the beat up wheat. And then we also have 5 points on the young head right there. So 15 points so far in 4 rolls. I guess that's not terrible, but it's definitely not the best. So getting into the next one, this marks the halfway point in this little mini hunt of 10 rolls of pennies. Let's put that bird sign back up. That is literally the only thing we found in the last few rolls. Okay, there we go, finally something. So here's another point. This is going to be for 16. We got a 2009 right there, birth and early childhood, I believe, is that. And it's a 2009 Philadelphia, so pretty cool. I love living in Grand Rapids. I found a lot of silver in the ground. Yeah, Grand Rapids I think has a pretty rich history. So does the city that I live in currently. It's just difficult to get permission to places around here, especially if you're introverted like myself. I know that I could use a few pointers from JD for figuring out how to get permissions. I remember watching a video of JD's back in the day about how to get permissions and stuff like that. Alright guys, once again, it looks like these pennies are striking out for us big time. I'm not really finding anything even in the last like 3 or 4 rolls. Nate the Great says, how much are 09s worth again? If you're talking about 2009s, those are worth 1 point apiece. 1909s, actually I'd have to check. We don't usually find 1909s. We did in the last video, and that was the first time we ever had. So 1909s are worth 20 points. The thing is that a lot of the 1909s actually fit into the key date and low mintage ranges. So like the 1909 VDB, which me and Kevin found in like 2 videos ago, that's actually a low mintage coin. If you find the 09S or the 09S VDB, those are both key date, and those would actually be worth more like 50 points. But if you just find the 1909 without a VDB, no San Francisco mint mark or anything like that, then you'd have a 20-point coin right there. 15 points, not bad. I'll help keep the score. All right, thanks, Nate. I appreciate it. Alrighty. 16 points in 6 rolls so far. Looking for some more wheat pennies. Would be nice to see, or an Indian head or something like that. Yeah, that roll didn't have anything. A lot of people say, I have a 1909 VDB, I have a 1909 SVDB. The SVDB is hundreds of dollars, even in low grades. So I'd be surprised to see somebody, I'd be very surprised to see somebody come up with that coin roll hunting. But yeah, I mean, if you have it, you probably know what it is and you know what you have. All right, let's see what we can get. Yeah, like I said, guys, pennies kind of been a bust. Oh, here we go. Finally, some points. So we have a 2009 here. It's one of the 4, and this one is, what is the name of this? Professional Life is the name of that one. That's the 3rd in the series. Let's flip this over to see what we have for a mint mark. 2009 Philadelphia. We usually get the Philadelphias around here, so that's sort of to be expected. Alright, let's clear these off. Do you ever plan to stream with Kevin? Nate asks. Yes, definitely. If Kevin can make his way down here. Actually, I know a lot of you guys have probably seen the last 2 videos I put out where we went through a box of pennies that was sent to us by a subscriber. That particular subscriber actually ended up sending us 2 boxes, and we planned to get through them, but we just didn't have time last time I was up there. So I still have that second box somewhere around here, and I'm just waiting for Kevin to get down here so that we can make a video together. Not sure if Kevin's in the chat. If he was, I can imagine that he'd be lurking. Kevin, if you're here, definitely let us know in the comments. Chadzilla says, I've processed 9 boxes of pennies this year so far and have found 2 Indian heads and almost 60 Wheaties and 1 blank planchet. Man, I almost forgot blank planchets existed. Those are super cool to find. Yeah, I mean, 2 Indian heads in 9 boxes? That's a very good ratio. That is a phenomenal ratio. And a blank planchet too. That's not something that you come by too often. So nothing in that one. We're up to 17 points right now because we got that extra 2009 there. So So 17 points and 9 rolls, and here we go. We're on our last roll, and then we're going to be doing the Linda roll with all the Canadians. So let's see what we got here in this final roll of pennies. Hopefully something comes out for us. We've only got 1 wheat penny out of 9 rolls so far. Not looking too good, guys. I think that is going to be it. So that is it for the pennies, guys. 17 points. If we go by our score sheet here, I'll show you that in a sec. So flipping over to the back side of the placemat. So if we go by our score sheet, which I'll try to get, there we go. So the wheat cents, we got 1 of those wheat cents in the 40s and 50s. It was a 55. That's worth 5 points. We got 2 of the 2009s. That's down there on the bottom here. So that's 2 more points right there. And then what else? Oh, the rest of it was actually Canadian. I guess the majority of it was Canadian. So we got 1 Canadian young head. That came out as an ender. That was 5 points. And then the bird cent, 1967. That was another 5 points. So that's 17 points in total on the pennies. Pretty bad, to be honest with you. So, all right. So now we have 1 more roll to go through. This is from Linda. Linda, if you're still here, I hope you're watching this. Yep, Linda is here. It says those box battles with you and Kevin are fun. Yeah, they definitely are, especially if you have a really cool older box like we received from a subscriber. Really cool stuff. All right. So this is taped, and this is from Linda. I didn't see a note, Linda. Let me know if I'm missing a note. I didn't see one in the package, though. So I'm trying to do this carefully. I don't want to scratch up the coins or anything. Very nicely taped, very nicely put together, once again from Linda. Peyton says, do you like how many Canadians you find, Quinn, or do you think it's a curse? I definitely like it. I like it a lot, actually. I know that they're worth a little bit less, but I mean, I'm not really out here to make a profit. I'm just here to have fun and find stuff where it shouldn't be. That's kind of the way I look at it and the reason that I hunt. So the first coin on the end right there is sort of new, sort of old. It's kind of in the middle. It's probably like a 1980s or 70s or something. Let's move some of these coins out of the way so we can take a look at some of these Canadian coins that Linda has sent. Oh man, look at that. All Canadian right there. And I'm seeing something that looks older right off the bat. Yeah, there we go. We got a young head right there. So let's take a look at that. I wonder how many points we're going to get out of this single roll right here. We got a young head Canadian right there. Let's flip it over to reverse to see what the date is. 1960. Very cool. Very cool. Peyton says, was there not a second roll in the box she sent? I thought I saw 2. Yeah, I thought I saw 2 as well, but there wasn't. It was just like another little piece of. Ooh, I just closed the knife on my finger. I think I'm good though. Yeah. Ooh, that was close. You guys probably saw that coming. I wasn't being very careful with it. Yeah, there was just 1 roll in there, but it was a very well packaged roll. Whoa, look at this, guys. You guys probably can't see this, but here, I'm going to put this one up first. So we got a 1960 young head right there. Really nice looking 1965 right there. Take a look at that. That is awesome. But then I'm going to move that out of the way. And this right here, 1955. I know that is one of the lowest. Get some water. That is one of the lowest minted Canadian coins, at least in the young heads. I believe the 1954 is the the key date of the young head series. 1955 is not far off of it. So that is a really nice coin right there. So that's basically, we have 1 young head, 2 young heads, and this is a really nice one. Let's see what else we have in here. Lots of really cool looking Canadians that would not fit into those categories. And right there we just got another one. Linda, let us know how you made this roll, because I'm curious to know, is this stuff that you found in circulation, or is it just sort of something that you've been collecting for a while? We just got a 1956 young head, so that's another 5 points. That would bring us up to 15 on this single roll, which is pretty cool. And right there, we just beat our score for the last 10 rolls of pennies with that young head. MC Adventure says you need more mods. The spamming is horrible. Yes, I agree. I do need more mods. I also need to enable slow mode. But I am confident in the mods that I have that they'll handle the situation, because they are great. So thank you to the mods that I do have already. So yeah, I'm going to write that down as a note. Add more mods. So we're up to 20 points on this single roll of Canadian cents, and boom, right there, we just got another young head. See if we're going to get a 1954 on this one. 1964, that's all right. I'm happy with that. And coming down to the end of it, lots and lots of Canadians here, and those are probably the most interesting ones, at least in my perspective, those young heads right there, and then the bird cents. So 25 points on that single roll. And since we are now done with the pennies, you guys know what that means. It's time to do another giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at how many people are here once again. So it looks like we have 115 viewers right now. Thank you for sticking by me, guys. 115 viewers, that's insane. I never used to get above 100 viewers. And we've been holding it like consistently here. So I thank you all so much for coming out. And this is a really great time. I'm having a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've done something like this, but I'm definitely having fun with it. All right, so once again, we have another set of placemats up for grabs. So we have the penny placemat, we have the silver stacking placemat, and then we also have the nickel placemat. All three of those are going to be going to whoever wins this giveaway. So this is the third set that we're giving out. We're giving out 5 tonight, so if you don't win this time, don't feel too bad. You'll have another chance. All right, so since we have 117 people here, I think I'm going to do about a quarter of that. Make sure to only guess once, and we're going to be doing a number between, once again, we're going to be doing a guess between 1 and 30. So I'm going to write down the number right now, and then we'll start the guessing. All right, so we got the number written down, and I'm just going to put it in the chat here so that you guys can start to guess. All right, there you go. And they're off. Okay, so we got it. Just going to make sure that we don't have it multiple times. And this is actually a person who almost won earlier, but there were a couple of technicalities that caused them not to win. So take a look at this. The number was 15. 15 was the number. And that was found, or that was guessed, I should say, by Leonidas. I don't know how to say that. Leonidas Fauchot, I'm going to say. So Leonidas, send me your information to quinscoins@gmail.com, and we'll get that set of placemats shipped out to you. Just writing it down so we have that. All right, so that's 3 of 5 sets of placemats given away. We have 2 more to give away, plus 1 more special prize that's going to be going out at the end of the stream, so be sure to stick around for that. Dimebag says, it amazes me how basic instructions can't be followed. I don't think I'm probably partially to blame for that. I don't think I'm providing the instructions as well as I could, so I'll keep working on that. But guys, it is 9:14. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours now. At this point, we have nickels and dimes. So let me know down in the comments below which one you want me to go through. I'm guessing it's going to be nickels. Dimes are sort of not the favorite. So Rob, I see you got 15, but you put your guess in before, or sorry, on my screen at least, and we're going by what I have. I don't know if you guys have it different, but what I'm seeing is that Leonidas got his in before Rob. Rob, I do see yours, but it's after Leonidas, so sorry about that. All right, so yeah, a lot of people saying nickels, some people saying halves. I wish I had halves. That'd be cool. I should probably get them soon because I know a lot of people like seeing that. Halves is another one where it's really hit or miss, except that it's like even more hit or miss than quarters. All right, so we got our nickels. Going to be grabbing the nickel coin roll hunting placemat. Here we go. And we'll be tallying up the points again. I think it was Nate who was tallying the points last time. So if you want to keep track this time, that's fine as well. If you have a coin roll hunting nickels placemat, then feel free to count along with me here. All right, let's get into the first one. So nickels, I definitely have the most hope in. I think that there's the most stuff to find in nickels. You have silver and buffalo nickels possibilities to find, and those things actually show up, which is pretty cool. So we'll see what we can get. There's also 2009s. There's, you know, foreign coins, Canadians, all kinds of stuff to find in nickels. So that's why I'm, you know, definitely drawn to them more than most of the other coins. And of course I keep anything that comes in before 1960, so that's just another thing to be looking out for. Of course in this roll I'm not really seeing a whole lot, unfortunately. V-nickel too, yeah, so there's V-nickels as well. Dylan says I got a mercury dime and a regular silver in my second dime box, and then it happened again in my third box. It was awesome. That'd be really, really cool if we could find a mercury dime tonight in the dimes. Oh, JD says make sure to tell everyone to hit F5 before the giveaways to make sure they're seeing the stream real time. So what does F5 do? Does that just refresh the page, JD? I'm guessing that's what that does. Getting into our second roll now. Nothing came out of that first one, unfortunately, but let's see what we can get out of this second one here. So yeah, not seeing anything on this go either, I guess. I saw a couple Denver mint marks. I think they ended up being 64. Nothing on that. JD says, yeah, just have everyone refresh in case they're lagging. Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. So we still have that Canadian penny up there. That means we haven't found anything in the nickels yet. We're 2 rolls in. Nate says, do you hand laminate the mats or does the copier do it for you? Yeah, Nate, I have a company do it for me. They do everything. I think the laminating is probably the most expensive part of it, though. I definitely don't know how to laminate. That's not my forte. But one thing that you'll notice with the placemats, and I haven't really talked about this very much yet, but basically sometimes there are errors in the placemat. Sometimes the corners are not curved, or they're just left straight. They're left sharp, or you know, maybe one side has corners cut, or maybe sometimes there's just like a slice on the end of it, like a piece is taken out of the placemat. And I know that you guys are big into errors. You're big into it. It's almost reminds me of like an error that you would see on a dollar bill or some sort of, you know, paper currency. So those will definitely be up for grabs at some point in a future giveaway. I have a lot of interesting errors, and some are one of a kind, some are, you know, there's more of them than just one. But yeah, there's some cool stuff going on with the placemats. Linda asked, do you have more packages from me? Yes, I do have 2 more packages from you. So I think what I'll do is once I go through this roll right here, we'll be exactly halfway through, and then I'll open another package from Linda. So Linda, I have a yellow package, and then I have a, looks like an envelope, and I believe this is probably a Christmas card. So you can let me know which one you want to you want me to open up. I'm happy to open up all of them tonight, Linda, if you want me to, or if you want to save them for another stream, I can do that as well. Alright guys, I think we finally just got our first find. We are 5 rolls into the nickels here, and this is what I just pulled out. It's a 1958. Now if we flip this over and there's no mint mark on the back, then that's actually going to be a low mintage coin, which would be pretty good find. So I'm just going to kind of keep going through the rest of these here to see if we have anything else in the roll. I see something interesting here. No, it's just sort of like a metal detecting find. So we'll dump these here. And let's take a look at that 1958. If we flip this over and get no mint mark, then we actually have a low mintage coin. And I'll actually flip this placemat over to show you guys what I'm talking about here. You see these low mintage Jefferson nickels right here? 1958 plain does make it into that list, and they are worth 10 points. Whereas regular would just be worth 2 points. So hopefully we can get that no mintage or Philadelphia minted 1958. So let's take a look. 3, 2, 1. Unfortunately it's a Denver mint. So that is going to be worth 2 points for us. So Nate the Great, make sure to write that down on the score so far. 2 points. 2 points. Alright, so one more roll and then we're going to open something else that came from Linda. Linda says she wants me to open the package. I can definitely do that. Alright, so this is our 5th roll in. And so far, I always kind of check the edges a little bit to see if we have a buffalo nickel. It's always the first thing I look for. Not seeing it, unfortunately, on this one. Weird thing about these nickel rolls, they're split 50-50. 5 of them were customer wrapped, and then these 5 right here are machine wrapped. So we'll see if we have any better luck in the machine wrapped in just a second here. These customer wrapped were pretty abysmal. Just a 58 Denver, that's really nothing to write home about. Alright, so that is that. Now we're going to get into a package from Linda. So this came in a bubble mailer. I actually don't know I can't see the date on it. Yeah, I'm not seeing a date on it. So this is what the package looks like. It's just a little standard bubble mailer. These are great for shipping coins. Nice padding on the inside to keep the coins safe. So, alright, let's just open it from this side. Uh-oh. Sorry, Linda, I cut off a little bit of your note there. Sorry about that. So this one does have a note. Let me just make sure there's nothing else in there. Nope, not seeing anything else. So Linda says, let me just move this up a bit so we can see it. Hi Ryan, here's some coins I got out of a Coinstar. Best wishes and stay safe, Linda Wallace. Alright, so you got all these coins out of a Coinstar. Look at this. Looks like some more Canadians, and they all look like they're in pretty good shape. This must have been some sort of like a mini collection dump here. Let's take a look at this. So here we go. I'm going to switch it over so we can take a look at these under the microscope in a second here. But look at this. Wow, all of them. So all of them are in like 1965. This was sort of like a transition year. And there's a lot of varieties. I think there's like 4 different types of this 1965. I have a really hard time telling the difference between the 4 of them. Let's get some close-ups of these pennies right here. So these are all Canadian. With all this, you'd think that Linda was a Canadian. I don't believe she is. Make sure you can let me know. I don't think I think you're in the U.S., right, Linda? Yeah, California. Okay. So maybe you're closer to the Canadian border, though. There's a lot of Canadian stuff here. 1965. There's another one. I wonder, because I saw this one come out of the roll that you gave me. Did this one also come out of that Coinstar in that little collection dump there? I'd be interested to see. Linda, how do you have such luck in the Coinstar? I am asking the same thing. Every time I go to a Coinstar, it's empty or there's like 4 pennies in it. That's pretty much the only options. I think I did find a silver dime in one time, but it's pretty rare. So yeah, she sent these 1965 Canadian pennies, which look like that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Super, super cool. These are awesome, Linda. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And also the roll of Canadian pennies as well. Grant says, yo, Ryan, when will you do another video with your brother? He seems like a good dude. Is he doing okay? He probably misses hanging out with you since you're in school. Yeah, I'm actually not in school anymore, guys. I graduated in 2019, so I have like a regular job now, and I do YouTube on the side. Yeah, Kevin and I just released like 3 videos. That's all I have with him for now, though. The next time we get together, we'll do some more videos, and that should be fun. But yeah, it might be a while until Kevin's in another video. I'm not sure. Papa Giorgio says, wow, those are Canadian stunners. Absolutely. Love good Canadian coinage like that. That's really cool stuff. All right, guys, what do you say we get into some more nickel rolls here and see if we can get anything better out of these customer wrapped rolls. So all of these rolls are machine wrapped. So the first 5 were hand wrapped, and then these 5 are machine wrapped. So let's take a look. I have a feeling, looking at this right off the bat, I have a feeling we're going to do better in these customer wrapped rolls. So first thing I'm seeing, like we were talking about Canadian coinage, this is the first thing that I am seeing right here. Let's take a close-up shot of this. So we actually got a Canadian nickel right there, 1985. That's very close to being fully nickel. If we were 1981 or prior, then that would be fully nickel. But that one is going to be a combination of copper and the regular type of stuff you see in nickel these days. But it's still cool to see. Like I said earlier, I definitely don't get tired of seeing Canadians come out. We've got a bison here. Just going to put that on the camera so you guys can take a look at that. Check for the speared bison variety. I don't see it on that one, but if you do, let me know. Alright, some 64s, some older looking stuff, but nothing that's going to count for points, unfortunately. Plant94 says, since Canada stopped making the penny in 2012, the only way to find them in the wild is in the United States, either in states that border Canada or who have heavy populations of snowbirds. Yeah, that's correct. I know certain people who are able to still somehow get pennies in Canada. Some people are able to get boxes even if they go to the bank. I'm sure that people still have them and they're probably turning them in, but they probably don't come up that often. So we are 2 for 2 now. I'm looking at this, seeing this edge. We're 2 for 2 now with getting Canadians in the nickel rolls, or at least the machine wrapped rolls. I just got another one right there. And we'll flip this one over to see what else we get. Oh, 1982, even closer to being 100% or 99.9% nickel. If it was just 1 year older, we'd have a nickel coin right there. That'd be cool to find. They don't show up very often. The vast majority of Canadian nickels that you find are going to be post 1981. And I think it's because even in Canada, it's sort of like the copper pennies, where they're just taking them out of circulation, so you're not going to find very many. All right. So we have 3 more rolls to go. Haven't found anything worth any points yet in the machine wrapped rolls. We're at 2 points total on these nickel rolls. This is our 7th roll right here. So in just a few minutes, we're going to be doing another giveaway. Once we get to the end of these nickels, I'll be giving away another set of Quin's Coins Coin Roll Hunting placemats to one of the lucky winners. We've had 3 winners already tonight, and I'm looking forward to giving away some more. Like I said, giving away 5 sets for 50,000 subscribers. So guys, let me know what the heck what the heck is this? I'm pretty sure that that's an older date. Not a war nickel. Let's take a look under the microscope. Maybe this will help out. Ugh. What do you guys think? 1950? Might be. 1950 would be a low mintage at least. Those 1950s do not come out very often. Ooh, guys. We just got something that I think is going to be pretty good. It could be a key date. Thinking about that coin there, it's probably a 1960 now that I look at it. Yeah, JD's Variety Channel says 1960. You're probably right about that. So we're going to remove that one. It's not going to count for any points, but take a look at the coin that we just found. Machine wrapped rolls, definitely not always all that bad. You can find quite a bit of good stuff in them. So 1951. Now, the mint mark on that one is actually going to determine if it's going to be either a key date, low mintage, or just, you know, regular 1950s coins. So we're going to take a look at that one in just a sec here. I'm going to move these nickels off the placemat. We'll flip over to the back side. So let's take a look here. Key dates, 1951 S. We get the S, we got a key date. What are key dates worth? Let's see. Oop. Key date Jefferson is worth 20 points, so that's a whole lot better than that 2-point coin that we got earlier. Now what else can we get? We're looking in 1950s. If we're getting a 1951 Denver, it's in the low mintage range, so quite a few chances here to get something good, depending on the mint mark. Now, if it's just a Philadelphia mint mark, then it's basically just going to be a 1950s coin, which is just worth another 2 points. So if we get a low mintage, 10 points, key date, 20 points, 2 points is the one that we don't want. But we'll see, guys. Let's go ahead and flip it over now. 3, 2, 1. Unfortunately, just a Philadelphia. So it's going to be that 2 points. But hey, you know, it's good to see stuff like that. I'd like to see a 1951 come out. You know, give you a little heart attack, hoping for the San Francisco. Yeah, JD says likes the color on that one. Yeah, I do too. It's cool. Leonidas says, I've already won. Can I try and win another set of placemats? I would probably sit out. I mean, I'm not going to say no, but I think it'd be better to let somebody else try and win. A couple more sets of placemats going out tonight. I will say though, if you want to get in on the last or the final giveaway, then definitely feel free to do that. But for the sets, I'd say probably just let somebody else try and get it. All right, hey, we got another bison nickel right there. Not seeing the spear through it though. Oh, just lost the chat for a sec. Neon says, I haven't coin roll hunted in a while. Banks around me are being conservative about their boxes. Yeah, I think that's what we've kind of been afraid of with this coin shortage, is that banks would just kind of keep using that as a crutch to deny you if you wanted coins. I found that if you have a business account, they pretty much will give you whatever you want. And I know that depends on the bank, of course, but some of them will, you know, will give coins, some of them won't. Yeah, somebody said another fake buffalo. I just found another one there, so we can take a look, see if there's anything on that one. Yeah, I am a little concerned about that, though. I mean, I have a bank that I've been doing business with for a long time, and they used to have like 15 locations, and now they're closed down to only like 4 locations, and they're drive-through only, which is not too good if you're trying to dump coins. Alrighty, So this is our final roll of nickels, another machine wrapped roll. I have a good feeling about this one. Seeing some older looking ones, just haven't been able to pull anything out yet. So once this roll is done, we are going to be doing another giveaway for a set of the Quin's Coins coin roll hunting placemats. Oh, I almost thought I had a 2009 there for a second, but it was not. Yeah, so it looks like that last roll is not going to have anything. The total score for those 10 rolls of nickels was 4 points. We got two 1950s. One was a 58 and one was a 51. So not the best. Coin Information says, congratulations for your 50,000 subs, bro. Yeah, thank you. Go to the laundromats for the quarters. Yeah, actually, I'm lucky. My apartment has a laundromat in it. You don't have to pay quarters for, but I do give them to people who I know that do need to pay quarters. So, yeah. I get a roll from the grocery store sometimes. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. You know, a little bit of coin roll hunting here and there. Total score 4 points. That's right. All right, guys. So I'm gonna take a look, see how many people are watching right now. We're at 130 viewers. Are you serious? It's going up. That's crazy. So 130 viewers. I think I'm still gonna do number between. We'll do number between 1 and 40 because there's quite a few people here now. So I'm going to write down a number between 1 and 40, and then I'll put in the chat when you guys can start. Once you see my message to start, you can start putting your guesses in 1 through 40. One guess per person. If you guess twice, I will know, and you won't win. So, yeah, we'll do that right now. So let me just write down my number. All right, so we have the number written down. I'll go ahead and put in the chat. And I'll take JD's advice. If you're on a computer, hit the F5 button to refresh to make sure you are up to date with the chat. That'll make sure that you're getting your number in, and it's not lagging or anything like that. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do this. We'll do number 1 through 40. And boom. So there it is in the chat. All right, saw it pretty early that time. All right, let's take a look. Making sure you only guessed once, and looks like you did. So here is the number. The number was 22. 22, that was the number on my hockey jersey back when I played hockey in high school. 22. Let me know down in the comments below if you know any other number 22s in sports. 22 was the number. Dylan Bishop is the winner. You guys can see that. Go back up. You can see Dylan Bishop got that in between. Trying to see if anybody else guessed 22. All right, so Dylan Bishop, you're going to be getting a set of Quin's Coins coin roll hunting placemats. Make sure to send me an email at quinscoins@gmail.com with your information, and I'll get that sent out to you. Alrighty. So guys, what should we do? Should we do dimes or dimes? That's all we got left. So we got dimes here. Jared, I'm seeing you saying Grant Carroll won. He got his guess in before I said start, unfortunately. So you got to guess after the start. So we got dimes left, guys. Hopefully we can find something here. I'm going to be switching out the nickel placemat here for a silver stacking placemat. So if you guys haven't seen this one, the silver stacking placemat has dimes, quarters, and half dollars all across the front, and then on the back side we have more information on all of those coins as well. I have not really found anything noteworthy in the dimes yet. Basically just looking for silver edges. Let me know if I should be looking for anything else. I know that, 2009s, of course. I think that CFA has one that he looks for, the 1970 reverse proof. But yeah, let me know if there's anything good the dimes to look for that I'm not already looking for. I have a feeling that buffalo or that bison nickel right there isn't really going to be moving from where it is. Gary says, I knew you should have done dimes. Grant says, all Ryan, that hurts, bro. Long time follower, maybe next time. Yeah, I know it hurts, and I appreciate you following, but man, the rules are the rules. So, okay, these dimes are kind of a pain for a couple reasons. Number one, they're tiny, so it's really hard to see. But basically, when you get them out of the roll, you have to kind of group them together to look for the silver. And then you're just kind of looking and trying to look for like I don't even know, what would you look for? 2009, I guess. But you have to flip every single one. They all look basically the same. I'm not really sure if it's worth it. Kind of my philosophy is just to look for silver. "2005s also look like 2009s. That's another thing. JD's Variety Channel says, I've never hunted dimes on my channel. I won't give in. It's funny because one of the first videos that I made on my channel was actually a dime video. And I found like 5 Canadians. But literally the video was just like a snap and then the dime box was gone. And I just showed what I found and it was like a 2-minute video. Oh yeah, the 96W, of course. Yeah, that's difficult. That's really difficult to find. Oh, man, okay. So these are all customer wrapped, which, could be good or bad. It's usually bad, though. They're usually about the same amount of fines in both customer wrapped and machine wrapped. Of course, every once in a while you get that one, machine wrapped group of dimes that's just amazing. I guess I can show this. This is sort of interesting. That dime is messed up, big time. I guess one good thing about dimes is that it actually fits on my microscope. Linda says, gotta go. Good luck, all. So good to see you, Ryan. Yeah, Linda. Next time I'll probably open. I guess I could. Well, let me know if you want me to open the Christmas card tonight or not, or maybe I'll just open that off camera. Just let me know what you want to do. I honestly probably just should have opened the Christmas cards off camera, and probably around Christmas time would have been a good idea. I aspire to get to a point in my life where I am also sending out Christmas cards. Someday. So that's 2 rolls of dimes, all done. Nate the Great says, after the hunt, you're going to open mail. Yeah, I'll open mail if somebody wants me to. If they sent a package and I have it here and they want to see me open it, I will definitely do that. Guys, we actually have, it looks like we have something interesting here. Let's, gosh, I wish that camera was better. We have a silvery looking edge. It's kind of like right there. Let me try to bring it up. Yeah, that's a little better. You see that? So that's probably going to be a Canadian, but just in case, let's pull it out here. Ah, everything fell. Yeah, that's a Canadian. No doubt about it. I'll put that one up under the camera here so you guys can see that. At least we've got something a little bit interesting out of this one. So we'll replace that. Look at that. Nice, newer looking Canadian right there. And we'll flip it over to see what we have for a year. Boom. 2008. Wonder if, I don't know what the years to look out for in the Canadians are. Oh, I think we have another one, guys. Let me flip this camera back. I think we have another one. Come on, focus for me. Yeah, you see that? That is probably Canadian, I want to say. Yeah, it's pretty shiny. The edge looks Canadian to me. Let's pull it out here. There it is. Come on. Yep, definitely Canadian. Doesn't get much more Canadian than that. And it looks like it's going to be 2007, so we'll put that one up under the microscope here so we can see that. 2007, 2008. Papa Giorgio says, don't forget the 1982 no mint mark. Yeah, I think I've heard about that one. I just, I'm trying to think. 1982 no mint mark. So what's special about that one, Papa Giorgio? I'm curious to know. Why is there a 1982 no mint mark dime, and why is it special? I think that they typically put the Philadelphia mint mark, like the P, on a 1982 dime, so that might be why it's something a little bit different. But yeah, let me know. Did you find any silver yet? Nope, unfortunately. We haven't really found a whole lot tonight, to be honest with you. No silver. There could be silver in these dimes, but I guess we're not really holding out hope. So yeah, there's another roll done. Yeah, it's supposed to have a P. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Aiden A Gaming says, wins the next giveaway because I'm going to win. Yeah, so once we get through these dimes, we're going to be doing one more giveaway for the set of corn roll hunting placemats, and then after that we're going to do a special giveaway which I haven't revealed yet. So that should be coming up pretty soon here. All right. So trying to, here, let me get the camera on so you guys can kind of see this process a little bit. If we can get it to focus here. Yeah, it's not too bad. Basically just looking for silver edges. I'm not seeing anything there. I'm going to put these coins down. Like I said, kind of a pain doing dimes. A couple of newer ones in there. It'd be cool if they put a W mint mark on these dimes. Like that would make it a little bit interesting, I think. So guys, I heard that the 2021 quarters are out now and that they don't have a West Point mint mark. Is that true? Because if so, I'm probably going to have to modify the silver stacking placemat just slightly, because right now it says the West Point quarters are 2019 to date. And I think I'd have to make them say 2019 to 2020. Thank you, Coin and Card Hobbyists, for your fantastic work as a mod tonight. I appreciate that so much. Deborah says, I have to start looking for dimes. I've only been looking at quarters and pennies. Deborah, I think you told me that you've looked at, you know what to look for in nickels as well. You know that to look for like buffalo nickels and just like basically what I do, which I always tell people, is I keep everything before 1960. Also, another shout out to Deborah for being an awesome mod tonight. I really appreciate all my mods. I'm probably going to be adding some more. JD, if you want to be a mod, I can definitely do that for you. I'm not really sure how to like take applications or something like that. I mean, basically, just people that I know, people who have been commenting on the channel for a long time. I'll definitely consider you if you want to be a mod, because I know a lot of you guys in here, like Papa Giorgio, Grant Carroll, you know, people like that. So if you guys want to be a mod, just let me know. I'll write your name down and probably give it to you. Deborah says, yeah, I found some at my old job. It was pretty cool. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, dimes are tough, though. If you're looking for dimes, like in the cash register, you know, I had a job where I was at the cash register for a while. I always looked through the dimes, never found any silver. You get like 1 silver per box with dimes, maybe even a little bit less than that. All right, so we're just getting to the halfway point in the dimes. The real GD Cool Guy 119 says, how do you feel about getting 1,000 points on that one box you did? Yeah, it was actually, Kevin and I each got 1,000. So we were at like 2,000. It was like 21 or 2,200 points on the whole box. The reason for that, of course, is because the box was made up of like entirely copper, except for I think one proof coin, which wasn't copper. It was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And we have another box like that to go through, so I'm definitely excited to get into that. All right, not seeing anything, no silver on these dimes. Go through them real quick. Salmax says, "What's going on, dude? Went through a box of pennies on Christmas Day and found a 1909 Lincoln, no VDB. That's still pretty cool, though." JD says, "Sure, Ryan, you can add me as a mod. I think you can do that on the stream. Click the dots by the name and see what options you have." All right, yeah, I'll try that right now. Oh, yeah, you definitely can. All right, JD's a mod now. Enjoy. Just looking through to see if anybody else wants to be a mod. Let me know. Nate says, "I can help mod, but I'm not sure how the controls work on mobile because I watch YouTube on my iPad." All right, Nate, I think you definitely deserve it after you know, all the support tonight. I really appreciate it, and you've been through this entire stream with me, so love it. I'll add you right now. And Papa Giorgio for sure. Papa Giorgio, I want to know how far you go back. I think I've seen you commenting on my videos for like 4 years or something. Oops. I think I just added the wrong person. Sorry, Diebag. I was trying to get Papa Giorgio, but the chat keeps moving. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. So guys, we have 5 more dime rolls to go. There we go. There we go. Mud Swat, congrats on 50K. Hey, thank you for coming through, Mud Swat. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. JD's Variety Channel with the blue mod. Welcome to the club, JD. Salmax says, "This is one of the first channels I went to when I started collecting." Yeah, I remember you, Salmax. I remember Papa Giorgio and Salmax. You guys were like some of my first subscribers. That's crazy. And you've been with me this entire time. All the way up to 50K. 100K is next. And guys, I think maybe even every 10K we can do a live stream like this, and then next time I'll give away 6 sets and then 7 sets. Maybe we could do something like that. All right, getting into another. Save That Money says, "Will you hang your 100K YouTube button when you get it?" Yes, definitely. That's something that I've been striving for like the entire time that I've been on YouTube. I mean, it's a goal. It's definitely not like the end game, because you don't want to like think in terms of like, oh yeah, I finally made it once I hit 100K. No, you want to keep going, and you want to just keep doing stuff and having fun with it. Once again, no silver. That's kind of been the story of the dimes tonight. So we are halfway through the dimes now. Just kind of looking through. I'm sort of peeking at dates. I'm not really looking very closely though. Dimes don't really keep my interest. I'm a millennial. I got that short attention span. 2005s that look like 2009s, like you wouldn't believe. Also have poor eyesight as a software engineer looking at screens all day. Gavin's Guitar says, "Ryan, do you know Rob finds treasures?" Yeah, we've talked briefly before. I think he comes to Michigan sometimes, and one time he was here, I said, "Oh man, you should have stopped by. We could have done a collab or something." And maybe next time he comes to Michigan, we can do some sort of collab. That'd be pretty cool. Lucas says, "Congratulations on 50K. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate that." Deborah asks, "What do you do with the coins you don't keep since you can't go to the bank?" So right now, I don't have a coin machine that I can go to, so I basically have to roll all of the coins, which is a pain. It's what I used to do, so I'm not going to say that like I'm not used to it. Life is definitely better when you have a coin machine. But right now I'm just rolling the coins and bringing them back to a different bank and exchanging them that way. It's not the most efficient, it's not the most fun thing to do, but you do what you got to do, especially when times are like this. Wow, okay. I just found a really, really worn down dime. I think I'm going to show this one on camera. Let's take a look at this. Oh. So, haven't found any Canadian since that 2 Canadian roll. It's got some weird gunk on it. Looked like 1960 for a second there, but this thing is super worn down. It's like really, really skinny and small. Look at that. It's like a G4 right there. Peyton says, my family's from Traverse City. I love when you bring up places like Port Huron that I recognize. Yeah, definitely. I have been kind of exploring the state of Michigan recently, going to places like St. Joseph, what was the one? South Haven, and then most recently Port Huron. So I've been kind of getting around, exploring all of the spots. Port Huron was fun. It was also very cold. It was like I said, it was like in the 10s while I was there, so not the best. Not the best weather to be out doing stuff. Alright, no silver in this one either. Mud Swat says 2 years from 1964. Yeah, it would have been nice to get a silver, even if it was tiny and small like that one. I'd still definitely take it. Guys, I don't even really know what I'm looking for as I go through these dimes. Just kind of flipping them over, hoping that 2009 will pop out, or a 96W, I guess. But the 96W, the W's on the obverse, right? Pretty sure. All right, we got 2 more rolls of dimes to go through. You can fit quite a few dimes on the silver stacking placemat. That's kind of nice. They're so small, so small. JD says, Mud Swat, I should time you out just for fun because you're one of my mods. Mud Swat, if you want to be a mod here, man, you can have it. You've been here for so long as well. Alright, getting into our second to last roll of dimes. Still hoping for some silver. Not seeing it though. Not seeing any silver there. Papa Giorgio says, found a 82 no P, 96W, 2009, and then silver. Was it all in the same hunt? That'd be crazy. 2000P also looks like 2009, by the way, in case you were wondering. Deborah says, I love Port Huron. My favorite restaurant is the Raven Cafe. Sweet. Yeah. I was there as well. I went to the Raven Cafe. Pretty cool place. If you guys are into Edgar Allan Poe, you should check it out. TC guy here. Ever been to Coins and Collectibles? Yes. Yes, I have. I've been there multiple times. Namananu 23. Yeah, I saw that you said you were from Traverse City. That's really cool. I know that I have subscribers in Michigan. I didn't realize that I had them that close to home. Kevin frequents Traverse City, so and Coins and Collectibles. So if you ever go into Coins and Collectibles, you may actually see him there. We know all the guys there as well. All right, guys, last roll of dimes, and this is our last chance for silver on the night. So, hoping we can get something here. I'm just kind of slowly going through this, ripping through the rolls. That one's nice and shiny. What do we have there? 2017. Interesting. Interesting. We're about halfway through this roll, and I haven't seen any silver edges yet. Mod abuse. JD has gone mad with power. Oh my gosh. Have you ever been to Frankfort, Michigan? Good place for fishing for salmon. No, I haven't. I haven't been to Frankfort. But you did just remind me, I have been to Frankenmuth. That was another place that I went to recently, which I hadn't been to before. Pretty cool place. It's a little bit overcrowded right now, especially with COVID going on. You don't want to be stuck, in big crowds with a bunch of people. But it was a cool experience. I liked going there. Alright guys, we just got through the last dime roll. And when I say got through, I really mean we got through it. It's been a struggle. Pretty much all we have to show for it is a tiny little beat up dime right there, 1966. With probably like a booger or something on it. Well, that's why we wear the gloves. And Also got a couple Canadian dimes. These both came out in the same roll. I thought that was kind of interesting. 2007 and 2008. MudSwat says, I'll be happy to mod for you. All right. I will award it. Let's do it. Kevin's in the chat. Message automatically held for review. Uh-oh. Kevin, you gotta calm down, bud. Not sure why your message is held in queue. It had some questionable words in it. I guess we'll just leave it at that. Don't add mud swap. Why not? Why not, JD? All right, guys. So that is it for the dimes. And that is basically it for the hunts tonight. So you guys know what's going to happen next. We're going to be doing a giveaway. So we're going to be giving away another set of Quin's Coins placemats. We've given away 4 so far. This is our 5th that we're going to be giving away. 5 for 50,000 subscribers. Go ahead and switch up the cam here real quick. How's that? Yeah, that works. All right, let's tilt this a bit. So what is up for grabs right now? You have every type of coin numeral hunting placemat that Quin's Coins has to offer. Started off, you have your penny placemat, and then we have your nickel placemat, as well as the brand new silver stacking placemat. And all 3 of them are going to be yours. So what are we going to do? We're going to check, see how many people are in the chat right now. Looks like we have 120 viewers. Thank you all so much for the viewership. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. This stream is all about celebrating 50,000 subscribers, of which all of you, I'm sure, are a huge part, especially the people who have been with me since the very beginning. So what we're going to do is guess a number between 1 and 30. I'll be putting that number down. Don't guess until I say start. And make sure to refresh or hit F5 before we do the giveaways to make sure that you are getting in on time. So number between 1 and 30, I'm going to write down the number right now. And then the first one to guess it right, 1 guess a piece only. If you guess more than once and you win, you will not actually win. And I got the number written down now. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat when you need to start. So we'll go ahead and get over here and write it up. And start. There we go. So we'll see who gets the number. Kevin with a guess of 10,328. Kevin, I don't think that's going to get it. All right, I saw it. I saw it. So let's see. Oh, a couple people got it. So the first one to get it was Dimebag Darren. Let's take a look. The number was 29. 29 was the number. So Dimebag Darren, looks like you were the first one. Oh, my bad. Second. Hold on, let me make sure I got my facts straight. SkyQuest. It looks like SkyQuest was the first to get 29. Dimebag was just like a second later. Very close on that one. Sorry guys, it's getting a little late. My brain's kind of fried right now. Papa Giorgio also had the guess of 29. So yeah, SkyQuest 2K8. You were the first one to get the number. The number was 29. So SkyQuest, send me an email at quinscoins@gmail.com. And we will get that all figured out. Alrighty. So guys, what is the big giveaway for the night? Big giveaway for the 50,000 subscribers. Let's put this back. So, like I was telling you guys before, I have a lot of error placemats, a lot of interesting stuff. And this one's not an error, but it is special. And I'll give you kind of a rundown of why. Kevin's in the chat, I know, and he'll recognize this. So let's switch the camera up here. Oops, wrong one. So this placemat right here, you can see there's something different about it. This is one of the original silver stacking placemats. There were only 105 of these made. And I don't know of anybody who actually owns 2 of them. I only sold them to one person at a time. So that's sort of why this is special. Another thing about it is that you can see right here, it's actually signed by myself and Kevin. So we have my signature there, Kevin's signature right there. So silver stacking placemat, run 1, signed by Ryan and Kevin. And the way that you know that this is from the first run is because right here in the America the Beautiful quarter, we have a Pictured Rocks America the Beautiful from 2018. And that design was only put on this run. So only 105 of these made. This is one of them, and it's signed by myself and Kevin. And there's a few others like this. We signed a few of them in anticipation of giveaways like this. So this is the big prize up for grabs tonight. And for that reason, it's going to be quite the giveaway. So let's see how many people. We have 111 people still in the chat. I think this is probably going to be the last thing that we do tonight. Maybe I'll stick around and chat for whoever wants to stay around. So yeah, dime bag, Darren, I feel kind of bad because obviously I said that you won that one, and I'm noticing now that people are saying that the list looked different depending on which chat you're looking at. I'm going off of the chat that I see, so that's kind of just what I use. He says that he is close to 300 subscribers. If you guys can all go over to Dimebag's channel and give him a subscribe, I'm going to definitely do that after the stream, so I'm going to write that down. I appreciate you being a good sport about it, though. I think in the future I'm probably going to have to come up with a better way to do these because, there's always going to be like disagreements like that. Obviously I have to go off of what I see, and everybody's seeing different things. I'm kind of figuring that out now. So yeah, signed by myself and Kevin, and there's only 105 of them. If you have one of these, you probably know you have it. Like I said, it's the one with the Pictured Rocks. The current ones have the American Samoa, the bat design on them, so that's what you'll see on the current placemats. But this one has the Pictured Rocks, which is one of my favorite designs. It's another really cool place in Michigan, up in the Upper Peninsula, so that's why I chose that for the first design there. So yeah, we're going to be doing another one numbered between 1 and 40, so I'll be putting that in the chat. Make sure to put your guess in after I say start, and whatever shows up on my screen. If you want to make sure that you're the most up-to-date, make sure to refresh and hit F5 on your computer if you're on a computer to make sure you're the most up-to-date with the live stream. And just watch for what I'm putting in the chat here. So we'll do 1 through 40 for this final giveaway. And here, it would probably help for me to pick a number before we start. So I'm gonna write down a number between 1 and 40. here we go. Nate the Great, who will win the key date placemat? Yes, I guess you could say it's a key date. I usually say more of a first run. JD with the guess of 39.999. Haven't seen it yet. And I'll have to make sure when I do see it to make sure that's the only one that I see. Okay, I think we got it. So I'm going to go through real quick, make sure that only one person got it and there's only one guess for that person. Alright, so unfortunately the person who got it guessed twice. So we're gonna have to do that again. So I'm gonna pick a new number now, because you guys will probably figure out pretty fast what the number is based on all of that. So I'm gonna pick a new number between 1 and 40. The person who got the last one guessed 2 times. Alrighty, so we have a new number, and we'll be doing basically the same thing, 1 through 40. I'm just going to copy the message that I wrote earlier and put that into the chat. And don't guess until I say start, only one guess per person, and here we go. Alright guys, we got it pretty fast that time. So 1 through 40, you guys see where it started, and at least on my screen, you know what? Okay, so here's what's happening. So Miguel, it looks like, is just guessing every single number. He did guess it correctly, but since he guessed twice, he's not going to win. However, Bobby James, with the guess of 17, right under Miguel there. And I'll put this up just to make sure you guys can see it. Looks like Bobby James right here. The number was 17. So Bobby James is going to get that. So congratulations to Bobby. And guys, if you didn't win tonight, don't worry, there will be more like this. I think I have like 3 more of these. And I also believe that I sent one to Coins for Amateurs, 1 or 2. So he has one of those as well. Obviously a huge supporter of the channel. So he gets a little bit of special treatment. But congratulations to Bobby with the guess of 17. It's going to get you the signed placemat. So send me your information at quinscoins@gmail.com and I'll get that shipped out to you. Yeah, Peyton's saying Bobby came before my message. Yeah, I mean, it is weird. I don't know. That's why I think maybe in the future we won't be able to do stuff like this. On my screen, his message is like 5 down from when I hit start, so it's kind of wonky in that way. I think we'll have to figure out a different way to do giveaways in the future. All right, so guys, I'm gonna hang out here probably till like 10:30, just answering questions and whatnot, just kind of screwing around. Let's see how many people are still here. Wow, so we still have over 100 people, 107 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Nathan says congrats on the 50K. Thanks for the chance. Yeah, definitely. A lot of winners tonight, but I know with 100 people here, I can't satisfy everyone, unfortunately. So I do appreciate everybody coming out to the stream tonight, though, and everybody supporting the channel. Hope to do more live streams in the future. Used to do live streams with other people. I think I was one of the first people to like actually use Zoom before it got, before it blew up in this pandemic. We used to do Zoom calls and do like interviews live and do live coin roll hunts and stuff like that, like with CFA and others as well. Yeah, I'm sure that Coins for Amateurs knows this better than anybody. The chat is always different. And I totally forgot about that. Otherwise, I would have come up with a different way to do this. Snoopy McBaron, 50K, man, that's a ton. Congrats. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So Gavin says, how did you get into coin roll hunting? Yeah, I didn't even consider coin roll hunting as a thing until, I guess, 5 years ago, when I started seeing people do it a little bit on YouTube. There wasn't much of it on YouTube back in the day, but I saw some people doing it, mostly looking for half dollars. So I tried to get some half dollars. I think that was the first thing that I got. And I got like one 40%er and like a couple rolls. So I thought that was cool. And then I went back for some nickels because, I knew growing up as a kid, I collected nickels like big time. That was my favorite coin. And then made a couple videos, and one of them blew up. I found a bunch of V-nickels, which I haven't really been able to find anything like that since. And then the rest is history. We just kind of kept going with it. JD says, Ryan, if I do a random giveaway, I just close my eyes and pick a comment. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea, because then there's no disputing that. You just pick a comment on the screen. Not a bad idea. I would definitely consider that in the future. SkyQuest says, I sent you an email. There are online drawing apps you could use. Yeah, that's another good idea. I'm just not sure how I would get everybody in the chat in there. And I think, JD, your idea of using the slow chat would help with the random comment thing too. So I'll have to keep that in consideration. The Real GD Cool Guy says, been watching you since 2018. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. CFA. CFA is great. If you guys don't subscribe to Coins for Amateurs already, you definitely should. Deborah asks, how's COVID-19 been treating you? Not great. Yeah, it's not fun, especially with coin roll hunting. I mean, with this whole coin shortage thing, that wasn't super fun. I mean, it did spark a pretty cool video idea to do 10 rolls of each coin. I thought that was fun and kind of interesting, but I'm a little bit worried about the future of the hobby at this point, just getting coins from banks, because they might be a little bit more difficult now. JD says, I've been watching Ryan since his rapping videos. Oh my gosh, JD. Those are unlisted now. That's hilarious though. Maybe I should throw those up. Just let everybody see those. JD, that was a long time ago. That was probably less than 1,000 subscribers. But I have to say, I watched a lot of JD's videos. My original inspiration for YouTube came from actually metal detectors like the Diggers on National Geographic. Those guys are great. Nugget Noggin was one that I watched a lot, and I watched a lot of JD. I'll just be honest. I watched a lot of JD, and really enjoyed a lot of his stuff. Still do, obviously. Gavin says, are you going to continue the ultimate coin hunt? Yeah, I think I am, just when the summer comes around. And you guys probably see those videos don't do nearly as well as my coin roll hunting videos, but it's nice to take a break from coin roll hunting and also just get some fresh air, which I think we all need a little bit more of these days. Oh boy. What time do you think you'll be doing the special giveaway? Leonidas, I actually just did it. We gave it away already, so sorry if you missed it. Faith says, what dollar or 50-cent pieces are valuable? So with the half dollars, you want to look for pre-1971, 1970 and back is silver. Dollar coins, if you're looking for silver, it's pretty difficult to find. You have to be looking at like piece dollars, which are back in like the 30s and prior. Small dollar coins, I don't really think there's much to look for in those, although I probably will do that on my channel at some point. Nate the Great said Nugget makes really awesome videos. Yeah, he definitely does, and he's been around for a long time. I also watched some Aqua Chigger as well. He's a cool guy. You know, he definitely is a cool guy, and definitely an inspiration. I remember seeing, I think, did he hit 1 million subscribers? I think he might have. Something like that. I remember seeing him hit a huge milestone and then thinking to myself, like, okay, he just pushed the envelope for what a treasure hunting channel can achieve. So I thought that was really cool. Deborah says you got to do metal detecting videos soon too. Yeah, I would love to get out and do some more metal detecting videos. Right now is probably the worst time possible though because of the weather. It's like I said, single digits around here. So Kai Sly says, I'm saying this to everyone. What's your best metal detecting find? Oh man, what's my best metal detecting find? I found a couple silver quarters. Those are cool. Silver rings. I might have some stuff back here from the coin shortage, or not coin shortage, the ultimate coin hunt days. Pretty unorganized. So I found this ring hunting a property for the ultimate coin hunt, and it was really flat and squished when I found it, and I tried to reshape it as best I could. It's not a perfect circle, but it's a pretty delicate ring, so I didn't want to bang on it too much more. Pretty cool. It's from Mexico actually. It's made in Mexico, so pretty cool stuff right there. Yeah, I mean that's probably one of my best finds right there. I've also found you know, like a World War I button. I found a World War I cufflink, stuff like that. You know, older stuff I love to find. I like coins, but I like the older relics as well. Have you ever found a mint error on any denomination? Yeah, I've found a. Actually, let me pull something out for you. So I got this book right here. This was mainly filled with stuff that I've found over the years. So I may as well pull some of these out to show you guys. Let's change up the view here. So, what kind of stuff have I found in coin rolls over the years? This is actually one of my first coin roll hunts right here. I found this. It's called a capped die, and you can see it's a 1976. That's a mint error right there. That's worth like 30 bucks or more. I mean, you also have that line through the middle of it, which is pretty cool. I definitely haven't found anything like it since, and then the reverse is just regular. Nothing really going on. So what else? What else? We got Indian heads that I've found coin roll hunting. A couple blank planchets. I think some of my best like mint air type stuff actually came in pennies. I didn't even mark if this was a copper or a zinc planchet. I think it's a copper though. Deborah says, I just realized the pumpkin's in the background, but are you planning on collabing with people or are you trying to be safe because of COVID? I think you and CFA should do a collab soon. Yeah, I mean, you can collab with people without like physically being together with them. I do feel bad because I just missed CFA. He was in Ohio for a metal detecting hunt that I definitely could have driven to, but at the time that he went to Ohio, I was literally leaving for Florida that week, so I wasn't able to meet up with him. But yeah, I definitely would like to collab with some people. Collabing over live streams is something I've done more in the past, so that's something I could do again for sure. Always love doing hunts with CFA, but I know that CFA has been having a hard time getting rolls, like more of a hard time than like anybody else. So Don W says reflection from plastic. Yeah, unfortunately I don't really want to take it out of the plastic though. That's kind of just the best I can do. I don't know if that one was either, I'm not sure if that one's copper. It might be zinc, but that's another blank planchet example. This one was actually an ender. If you look at this, I can't tell what the year is supposed to be on that, but I had an Indian head penny ender, which was like unbelievable. Like I was so shocked when I saw this, and it came out reverse up. It's just crazy. And then I had another Indian head penny that I found, which was really beat up. I think we determined that, like you can barely see anything on this. I think we determined that the date was like 1901. I originally thought it was like 1860s, but it's a 1901, no doubt about it. GD Cool Guy says, I found an Indian head penny ender once. That's so cool, man. It's like the best. I don't know if you can get any better than that when you're doing coin roll hunting. Nate the Great says, all right, Ryan, I'll see you again sometime soon. I got to get to bed. Thanks for the fun stream, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Ryan makes great videos. Thanks, Nate. I appreciate it. And thanks for being a mod for the channel as well. Really great to see you here. And also for keeping track of the scores. So, all right. See ya. Man, you guys are so many messages to get to. I'm sorry if I'm not getting to your message. Ryman Gaming says, if you were to keep any coin book, which one would it be? Are you talking about like these types of coin books back here, or like a book that tells you about coins? Because if I wanted to keep any coin book, I'd probably just pick like a silver dollar book or something like, you know, really rare and expensive. But if you're talking about just like a book that tells you about coins, I would definitely go for the red book, or actually this one. This one is crazy nice, very expensive. Coins of Canada 2020 version. I had like an old 2002 version or something of this. This one is giant, spiral. And I reference it from time to time, but it's just nice to have. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in Canadian coins. That's one to get. It's basically like the red book for Canadian coins. Peyton says, I work at CFA, so every time I see it in the chat, I forget it's the coin guy. CFA, I wonder what else that stands for. I know it stands for like, it's like a certificate that you can get, like a financial advisor or something like that. Trying to look for other stuff that I found over the years. I have quite a few V nickels that I found. Like I told you guys, you probably saw like this entire page right here of nickels. This entire page over here is like buffaloes and V's that I've pulled out of nickel rolls. A lot of really cool stuff there. And then for the quarters, I did find one silver quarter. It was the only silver quarter I ever found. And it was in a recent video actually during the coin shortage, so I thought that was interesting. Oh, I also have a page here for stuff that I found metal detecting in the Ultimate Coin Hunt. I definitely need to make a video just to show all of this stuff off someday. So this is a no-date Indian head penny that I found at a really old park. Almost nothing showing on this coin. You can kind of make out some details on the back, but it's pretty rough. And with that reflection, you're probably not going to be able to see anything. Yeah, that's a crusty Indian head penny. I don't think they can get much worse than that. But I did find that over the summer during the Ultimate Coin Hunt series. Also found this really strange token. I don't know if some of you guys maybe have seen that video. Pretty weird. I also found like a pocket knife right next to it. It's kind of fun. And on the other side, we have the eagle on the other side. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys remember that video from the summer. Ryman just asked, what is the weirdest thing you found metal detecting? That thing that I just showed you, that token, is, I still have no clue what the meaning of it is. That's probably one of the weirdest things I found. Then in the half dollars. Oh, this is kind of cool. So I don't know if you guys remember, I don't know if it was last year. Oh, I think it was 2 winters ago. We had a polar vortex. Everything got super cold. We were down into like -30. And I didn't want to be shopping very much, so I ended up going to this store that I hardly ever go to just because it was close to my apartment. And I saw in their coin tray they had this right here, 1966 half dollar. And I just said like, hey, do you think I could like pay for that coin right there? And the guy's like, oh, you can just take it. And so I did. So I wrote down here, found in change, Ann Arbor Polar Vortex 2019. That was pretty interesting. But yeah, I haven't found too much in half dollars. I didn't hunt them for very long. So that's pretty much all I have to show right now. I definitely need to get organized with my with all of that stuff. Chartered Financial Assistant, CFA. That's what it stands for. How do you feel about Rob Finds Treasures finding a 1909 SVDB? So yeah, I did hear about that. And I think I heard that it was in a roll that somebody sent to him. So I guess we don't know if like the person who sent it to him like put it in there or what. I mean, it's pretty crazy to get a 1909S VDB, and it was in really good shape as well. Like, that's pretty crazy. But I mean, I have had somebody send me coins before, and I thought that they were unsearched, and then it turned out that they had been like sort of put together just to like, I guess, I mean, it was a gift. Nothing on it said that they were unsearched. It was like 10 rolls of Canadian pennies, and it was some really cool stuff. Like I got a Newfoundland coin, some KG5s, which you never find. But yeah, that wasn't like completely unsearched, so it's kind of like a toss-up. If somebody sends you something, it might be unsearched, it might not be. Now you guys are all talking about CFAs. What is your favorite type of coin roll hunting? Yeah, I'd probably say nickel roll hunting. That's always been my favorite. Half dollars can be fun. It's a big risk. Like you don't know what you're gonna get with half dollars. It's usually not great. What coin do you regret buying? I don't really regret buying anything. I think all the buys, I mean, I don't buy stuff that often, but when I do, like, I like it. Like, I buy it because I like it. Have you ever gone to Texas? No, I haven't. Never been to Texas. Quin's Coins, have you found a flying eagle scent coin roll hunting? Nope. Never found a flying eagle scent. I don't think, guys, let me know if you know of a video of somebody actually finding one. That'd be pretty ridiculous. Alright guys, so it's just a little past 10:30 now. I think I'm probably going to wind the stream down here. So I had a lot of fun tonight. Obviously made a lot of mistakes, but what can you expect? First time back streaming for a while. I appreciate all of you sticking around. It looks like we have about 65 people left in the chat. I definitely had a lot of fun. Even though the rolls weren't the best, the chat was good, the people are good, and you know, when it comes right down to it, the channel's about the people and the subscribers, and you know, without you guys, the channel wouldn't exist. Obviously, it is what it is because of you. So I thank you so much for all of your support. Obviously, the ones who are here at the end are the most hardcore supporters, and I appreciate every single one of you. So thank you for that, guys. I'm gonna hop off now. So everybody have a good night. Everybody stay safe, and yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. So thanks once again, guys. Awesome stream tonight, and hopefully we can do another one soon and maybe do some competitions or something like that. So all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.